Good Monday morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Unusual Whales live trading show, WhaleWatch, where we use Unusual Whales tools to take live trades in futures and options. It's hot as shit. I'm going to be real. My energy level is about as low as it can be. My hair's curling, and I don't like it when my hair gets all flippy and shit. So we're going to jump right into pre-market prep. Start looking at a little bit of the open interest changes from the flow that we saw last week. And during the entire show, whether we're taking trades or not, we will be taking flow requests. So give us your tickers and your contracts that you want to look at. We'll get to them when we get to them. We'll keep it really loosey-goosey today because it kind of looks like Anthony has about as much energy as I do over there.
It's a Monday.
Dude,
Not a short week,
even
too.
me, my eyes are heavy. And usually I'm like bouncing off the walls.
I might look it, but I promise I'm not stoned yet.
Yet.
All right, Anthony. I see you already have a meta contract open. What the hell is that?
So, this is one I was tweeting about this on Friday. So, funny thing is, I actually caught these contracts on Thursday when they came in, but this was one of those, double big candles here. And again,
Chad Pump, this is not a meme coin, but if you're about to paste one in my chat, I'm going to ban you real fast. All right, meta.
Yeah, I mean, kind of that theme last week was, double check that open interest, even when the candles are kind of the same size. So you had that big ask side candle on Thursday, about 2,300 contracts. And then, hey, on Friday, you had, about a little roughly under there, but, it could be other volume in here that's kind of related to it. But these candles are roughly exactly the same size. Look at that. We have a handoff on Friday because we had the 2,200 contracts traded, only 295 carried over. So again, this is going to prove there, not all ask side flow is an automatic buy or add. So that's one that I've been kind of keeping an eye on there. But other than that, geez, here I am. It's already Monday and I'm already starting problems. But I'm sure you saw them. I'm sure you saw a lot of people talking about them too. Those 72300 SpaceX calls, the 93% out of the money that expire this week on a short week. Just look at that. These barely have a delta. These have a theta. I bet you these are going to probably be a penny at open here. I don't know what SpaceX is doing this morning, but it's up about 1% there. But it's the sad thing is, you might have somebody post about that. If they go up to 3 cents or so, they're gonna be like, oh, they're up 20%, 30%. Like the odds of seeing a significant move on something like this probably not likely. So always kind of pay attention to the days of expiration and how far the contracts are out of the money.
Good old-fashioned IPO pump and slump.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, 93% out of the money for this week.
Yeah, it's trading in the 150s already.
Yeah.
After that spike into the 200s, briefly off of IPO, as they are wont to do, it's pulled back significantly.
Yeah, that's So I'm curious to kind of see this one. This one's big fooer one that people are talking about. So but other than that, I don't know. We can take a peek at open interest here. I didn't really see too much.
I got 3 big ass mosquito bites letting my dogs out this morning. This is bullshit. They're driving me absolutely insane. I haven't even itched this one, and it's already fucking bigger than a grape.
You gotta get some of that.
I'm allergic to little bastards, and they love me. They eat me up. They'll fly in a swarm around me and completely ignore my girlfriend half the time. They just know. They just know that I'll be the one to suffer the most.
They're trying to get a contact high from your blood. Yeah, just kind of looking at my highest open interest contracts. All kind of looks like premium grabs off the top here. Again, those SpaceX for this week, 92% out of the money. Marvell puts 43% out of the money. until 42%. It's very short dated. It's funny because you see this a lot more often if you kind of pay attention to it. It's a lot more common than usual. Like just be careful when you see somebody saying, "Oh, that's going to be the apocalypse on a stock," because
Right.
it's 42% out of the money in 3 days. These are premium grabs. These are premium grabs. So.
Yep, you called that shit right there, Marlin. Premium grab. That seems to be the theme of the contracts we've looked at this morning so far.
Yeah, I mean, these Teslas 72230 put. Like, you really think Tesla's going to drop 40% here?
Right. I mean,
it's anything can happen,
possible,
obviously, but
that's probably not going to happen. Not in short order like that, anyway.
The likelihood is pretty low.
And it's a nice little premium grab too. Like, these are the kinds of shorts that I'm not generally that afraid of. I'm not a huge fan of shorting. Even short puts, technically, yes, you don't have an infinite downside shorting a put, but it might as well be, depending on what kind of crazy ass portfolio you're slinging around.
Yeah.
But stuff like this, it's pretty cut and dry. Something that far out of the money, that close to expiration, that cheap, and you see 30,000 contracts go through. On like a nobody name, like let's say we're looking at a biotech stock, that could give me a little pause just because, hey, maybe an insider knows something and something crazy can happen. We saw that with, what was it, QURE? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like pretty blatant. Somebody had an idea that FDA adjustment was going to happen. But with something like Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, odds are somebody's not actually anticipating a 40% drop. Even if you've got perfect ask fills, you can kind of speculate that those are short. Or just some psycho tax harvesting 150 grand real quick.
Yeah, and it's funny though, because typically you don't see people talk about that with the puts. Like, oh look, there's so much. I mean, like the Marvell puts here. These are 721,000 in premium for that. I mean, but then you see them talk about the SpaceX calls. Yeah, I mean, and then it's funny because they're not talking about these that are 40% out of the money, but then you talk about a SpaceX that's same expiration and almost double out of the money. It's funny. It's funny. I mean, unless they're curing cancer this week and flying to Mars this week.
There's also just the jacked implied volatility with SPCX options still.
Oh, look at
fresh off IPO, fresh off brand new options. 230% IV. That's gonna zero out and open the next day, regardless of movement with IV like that. That far out of the money, like premium grabs to me right there. If you guys that are just coming in have any requests for tickers or flow that you've seen, go ahead and drop them below. We're just dicking around in pre-market.
Did he just?
He cut out for me. Yeah.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
We can't hear you. Uh-oh. And I got a little fruit fly in my face too. I thought it was me. I was like, uh-oh.
No, it's
All right. Looks like it's just the me and Tucker show right now. His mic's having some issues, so we'll just kind of pop through here.
Okay.
Kind of look through some of the open interest, I guess. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these just kind of premium grabs here. These highs were kind of interesting. They were already up slightly going into close. So, I mean, 14 cents. I'm trading at 23 there. All that carried over. All of that carried over. I don't know what Hive's doing this morning, but let's take a peek. Hive's up another 2%, 2.5%. I'm not a huge fan of kind of those slow movers. I did take kind of a small little lotto position on this and scalped it on Friday, but I mean, you see a 10-cent move on a $4 stock is 2.5%. Yes, you can obviously get some profits on it, but I tend to avoid those there. Just kind of looking around in here. Yeah, not a lot of flow. Not a lot of flow on Friday. Let's see.
It's not Friday, bro.
Well, it was Friday on Friday, so
All right, this guy knows so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's like what Jay-Z say that one time. like they what was the thing you guys were making fun of Jay-Z for saying the one time?
We've
Crap.
got a ton of blank
Yeah,
requests, by the way.
yeah, I see him coming in here. I'll start with HLIT here, and we'll kind of work our way down there. Harmonic. So, okay, up a little bit there. Let's take a peek kind of at the premiums here. Doesn't see a lot of option trading for the most part here. Let's just kind of take a peek through the flow here. Maybe that 717, 12.5 call. It is only 66 contracts against 857 open, so we probably don't really know what's going on with that. Let's check out our highest open interest names. Yeah, not the cleanest flow. You got a mix of ask and bid side. 15 call here. Yeah, again, messy. Kind of seeing messier flow on this one. Just going to keep clicking through. Still messy. 17.5. Yeah, kind of down there. Yeah, I mean, you're just seeing all these kind of volume spikes in here. It's hard to pick out if it's a singular trade or so on. Do a heat zone read on it here. 18 days, also 15. 15 is our absolute gamma. We are at 15 here, so this is going to act as the strongest magnet and pinning zone. Let's check it. Yeah, it looks like 15 is just kind of our main strike here. Yeah, I mean, this seems like it's going to be our pin zone here right now. Let's do a little peek in here. So, again, absolute gammas here at that 15. We do have some net. Ooh.
Holy shit! Nope. Bad, broken.
Yeah,
What?
There we go, and I'm back.
Good morning.
What was that?
I don't know why it wasn't working, but what I did is I uninstalled the driver and then reinstalled it quick. And as soon as I plugged it back in, it read my headphones as the microphone, and that's why you guys just got ear blasted. But hey, we're back.
God, dude, it was so bad.
We're back and we're vibing. We're vibing, we're thriving. No, we're not. I can't make my camera work now. Dude, I don't even know what the fuck. All right, my camera works now, and we got Tucker. We're back.
Jeez. Good morning. Whew, that was
That'll put some pep in your step. That was crazy.
If push comes to shove, the feed will just end, and my hard drive will finally crash for real.
Oh.
It could have been that. I don't know. But we're back. Let's party. What'd I miss?
Oh, God. Yeah, we were just talking about HLT here. Yeah, you got some positive net gamma above us on the upper strikes, but yeah, we are on that absolute gamma. It is a put wall too, which is going to act as support here, which is kind of nice. And yeah, I mean, it's your heat zones are kind of a bullish read here, more so. I mean, you got there's not really any acceleration below us here. And again, it's telling you that's your put wall there. But yeah, for flow wise, not really anything specific on that one. Let's do Fiven here now. Tucker dropped me like 20 requests here while you were dealing with that.
The people are coming in with stuff.
Hey,
yeah,
it's busy and it keeps them engaged.
It's a Monday. It's a Monday. Kind of some recent spikes in ask side call premium here. Just kind of doing an overview here. Prices starting to kind of go up a little bit. A lot of positive net volume there on Friday. Let's see. Ooh, these could be an interesting one. That 821.27.5 call. This is an opener, and it looks like there was a kind of modification or another reporting error there. Kind of odd that we've seen a lot of reporting errors the last like week
I've been
and a
seeing
half.
It more frequently than often, I think.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a reason why, or so. Obviously, it comes from the brokers. It's not anything
entirely out of our control there.
But yeah, that's
got a nice little pre-market dip 5 minutes before the open. I wish I was paying attention to that instead of my microphone.
Well, you'll have
bed shitter there.
You'll have
see if they can hang on to that pre-market low and bounce her back up. We can go all the way down below 620 and technically stay bullish from the overnight session. It looks like the overnight session low was down at that 386 area. They held it as support twice. So I don't know if I'm really getting all hopped up on Mountain Dew about this dip yet, but we'll see. I want to see what our gamma exposure is at open. You can go ahead with F5E.
Cool. Yeah, this contract, not the cleanest. I was going to say it looked pretty clean, but again, this is why you do your investigating into it. It's almost a mid-fill here, almost a mid-fill, but it's trading slightly on the ask, so that's why you're seeing it. Flag is ask side there, and it's one of those kind of block trades, and this is that first trade on the day here. You see that size 999. Here's that volume 999. 1, you get 1,000, 3,003. So I don't have any flow before this. I typically like to see flow before these just to see how this trade impacts the IV, impacts the bid ask, spot price, so on there. So I would kind of be a little cautious on those. It's not the cleanest. Just kind of looking at the net call premium and everything, they'll probably buy to open there. Again, that's a probably, and that's kind of combining that with the other flow I'm seeing here too. 821.25 call. This one does have some previous open interest on it though.
A little
and
bit
it's
of
kind of
build-up
messier.
day over day.
Yeah, kind of messier here too. I mean, started here on 6.9, most of that carried over. This looks like a handoff there because you only had 11 carry over that next day, 400. Yeah, you're just seeing kind of contracts being punted around there. I'm not super confident.
Not the cleanest. I wouldn't lean into the idea that we're looking at like a clear one
builder
trader, one
or
entity
something.
position builder.
Yeah.
Because some of those, I mean, like the 20, they all carried over whatever. The 440, they all carried over whatever. But some of these bigger ones, like 235, that could have been trim offs of the original positioning. The 30 could have, even though it's really insignificant. The 670 could have, less than half of that carried over. It's not the cleanest position builder, so I won't lean into that idea, I don't think.
Yeah, too many ifs on that one. Too many ifs. Ifs and questions. That 821 is probably the cleanest one so far. Let's just keep kind of diving. Again, you're getting to that kind of lighter volume here. 717.30. Yeah, messy. This guy messy again, just kind of a lot going on, and this one's been kind of sitting in here for a while too, since 528. It's kind of looking here. Yeah, I mean, you're just seeing volume and opening just dropping, then you see more volume, just not that full carryover. Yeah, it's a little too messy on something like that. Just check out that heat zone quick here. 18 days. Yeah, I mean 20 is your kind of highest strike there. Absolute gamma's 2250, so I mean slightly above us there. 9 days, 2250. Yeah, I mean it's sitting between that 20 and 2250. It's looking like to me. Let's come over here, just one more quick check. Yeah, I mean it's a very tight kind of support and resistance there. So I kind of just see us maybe hanging around that 20 to 22.5 right now.
Eating my words about not buying the dump yet. Look at that rejection right off of the open. They tried to bounce her back into open, rejected, and we're down 110 points from that rejection already. I'm not chasing this. Gonna keep an eye out on Periscope. Looks like we still have some positive gamma up above us, way up as high as 7450, but the 7460s fell off a bit. That seems really far away right now. We're bouncing off of current positive gamma at 7390 on SPX. Let's see where the NASDAQ takes this. But a little choppy. Look at this dome. Look at these orders. The fills are happening nowhere near the standing bid and ask. This is not where you put a position on. You're going to eat 20 points of slippage as soon as that position goes on. So as much as I want on this, I'm going to wait because I'm not dealing with slippage until it's a little bit more controlled. But we are rejecting how I would short. But I'm not touching that. I'm waiting. Yeah, you see that heavy positioning way above as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to let this settle. Yeah, the bid-ask spread on the micro NASDAQ right now is ranging from 10 and 20 points, and it's just whipping all over the place. Not somewhere someone with a normal retail size portfolio should be touching. We just took out that rejection high as well. I'm not touching this yet. So we'll hold off 5-10 minutes here before I start putting some scalps on. Little too choppy for me on not a very big account. we're gonna wait. So we'll just
Give
keep
her an
trucking
update
along.
or two.
We'll keep trucking along on flow requests here. I'll
Give
give
her
about
an
5 to
update or
10
two.
minutes, then I'll give us another pump of folks wanting in to get a little options flow alpha for their Monday. But we're vibing. I'm not touching
Cool.
that shit yet.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
gonna
wait a couple updates on that one.
I'll give that.
All right,
I'll
so
give that a little breathing room, I think.
yeah, probably smart. I mean, that's I do it every day.
And now we're getting a
I
nice
usually don't
push.
chase that open.
But I'll let you know if I get in anything. But I'm gonna wait until that
Cool.
bid-ask spread tightens back up to something a little more agreeable, where I'm not gonna eat 30 points of loss the instant I push a button.
Yeah, I mean, my dome is just all over too. I mean,
Yeah,
that
when
thing
ES
just,
is doing that shit, you're looking at some spikes.
yeah, that's
Yeah, right now
did
it's
that
nice
Friday
and
for
tight
us
on the
too, which
micro
kinda
ES,
sucked.
but the Nasdaq's still wide. I'm not fucking with that. So let's get back to some flow. I'll keep an eye on Periscope and the Nasdaq to see if we get anything spicy. They are pushing though. What a bounce. Off of
Yeah, that- I mean-
73.85, we're already almost to 74.010. Dude, I am just stupid as shit on a Monday. We're almost at 74.10 already. We're above 74.05, which is also a tiny, tiny bit of positive gamma. Some of the positive gamma up above us might chop down a little. You already see it happening on the 74.60s. We'll see what happens with the next 10-minute update. But if anybody caught that dip, I bet they are just creaming. What a
Pretty
bounce.
happy.
Yeah, I'm waiting though.
Pretty
Again, it
happy.
was too volatile for my risk tolerance to try to chase into that. So we're just hanging out here. Let's do some more flow. Let's see if we can get
All
it.
right,
I'll try to be patient like Anthony and wait for the next Periscope update.
It's tough. It's
It's
tough. I mean,
so
you got,
hard.
got about 10 minutes till you get it. So, yeah, Fiven, I'm not really seeing too much. Just kind of thinking we're gonna stay between that 20 and that 22.50. All right, let's do West is up next. West Rock Coffee. This name does have options. I'm kind of surprised. I've never traded this thing in my life. This thing barely gets any trades too. I mean, this is a very lightly traded name. It looks like your biggest option flow came in there on 626. Let's take a peek at that. That is, I mean, by far the biggest volume on Friday there.
Plus,
for
Wendy's
that.
has been a hot little potato. I mean, there was
Wendy's,
the
you
new
mean West?
CFO, CEO combination was the initial.
We're not on
hype.
Wendy's yet.
Oh,
We're not on
oh,
Wendy's
you're on
yet.
West. All I saw was the W. Fuck.
I was like, sir, we're on the incorrect one.
Yes,
right
so
now.
West. It's looking westy.
Yeah, I think it's looking south with this flow,
Damn
man. 821 8 put from there. I mean, it's a low historic volume floor trade too. Yeah, this name, I mean, you don't see a lot of option activity on it. When do we have earnings on this thing? 38 days. So that flow does overlap earnings too. Who knows if it's an earnings bet? If it is, if it's not, hard to know. I mean, I'd probably lean buy to open on this flow. I mean, you got that IV increasing here, spot price increasing. It's just kind of almost a mid-fill though on those. I mean, you just look at that fill versus spread, and again, I love that fill versus spread that they put in there because you just get that visual of where
really
it's filling.
helps the at a glance. It really helps the at a glance.
I mean, this is something I'm probably not gonna touch anyways. I mean, that's a very wide bid-ask spread there. I mean, a 70-cent bid-ask spread. It does look buy to open, but you know, you got the big spread there. You got it overlapping earnings. Just kind of a lot of, you know, different moving parts on that. I don't know how the heat zone looks on that. I mean, yeah, this thing 53 days. Yeah, I mean, 8's the absolute gamma, which is below us there. So I mean, heat zones, I'd say maybe you lean slightly bearish there, but without a lot of option activity, it's kind of hard to get a true read on that heat zone just since it's all derived from open interest. Without the open interest and a lot of heavy volume, you might just kind of get a skewed read there. So yeah, I would say all I'm seeing on West is that 821 8 put there. Again, an earnings overlap. I'd be a little cautious with that. All right, Rocket Lab here.
Rocket Lab, mining all the crypto out there alone. But I don't think Rocket Lab's crypto though. They're like an actual Rocket Lab company. I don't know why.
Right, access
Took
to
him as a
space.
minor. That's just offensive.
Whatever.
How
We're
dare
just not
I.
gonna get a sponsorship up to space. I see.
Yeah.
Um,
Just do a fucking episode
I'll-
from space. That'd be dope.
do it from the moon. That'd be funny. Rocket Lab here, yeah, up 11% today. Not seeing too much for flow off the bat here. I probably, I'd wait for some flow more, so I wouldn't just chase it open here. I mean, 11% is a pretty big move up to kind of chase almost either way because it can keep going, obviously, or can drop. I like to let things settle, especially on a big gap up like that. Let's see how the heat zones looked on this thing there. Not much for the heat zones either. I mean, that 710, that heavy gamma is on that 100 strike, so it's got a little more possible room up there. Absolute gamma's at 120 there. Yeah, and you're coming into an acceleration zone here too, it looks like. Yeah, I'd probably keep it as a bullish read. I just don't have any flow off the bat right now. I mean, those net call premiums are absolutely screaming right now.
Good morning, B. Glaudy. Thanks for coming back, homie. Always happy to see you here. Dude, the dome is still, like, we've slowed down price action.
Is it still kind of goofy?
But the ES is good now. The NASDAQ
Mine's still
kind
of popping around a little
10
bit.
to 20. Yeah, moving around's fine. The issue is that red and that blue you see on either side of the highlighted price, that's the bid and the ask, right?
Oh, I get
yeah,
it.
so there's like a large disconnect between those and the actual current price because nothing's filling. And it's settled down a lot on the S&P, but the NASDAQ, I'm still getting anywhere between 10 and 20 points of slippage with each fill. And I'm not going to try to get in on that, even though I think I'm right. I don't want to sit through 30 points of slippage the instant I click a button. So we're still kind of just being patient on the future scalping right now. I'm giving it a couple more minutes to breathe in some of that fresh, hot as all hell Monday morning air and settle down so I can get a fill that doesn't make me have to sweat the instant I click the button. So we're still just kind of hanging out here. In the meantime, y'all, we just got another bump of people from Twitter. Feel free, folks, you ex-homies in chat. If you have any tickers or contracts you want to look at, let us know. We'll be doing a lot of flow reviews today. Bit of a slow, lazy-ass Monday morning. But I'm sure we'll have a good opportunity to put some trades on. I just got to let that dome settle down a little bit. So I'm not extending my risk tolerance for no damn reason. Damn, Micron's down 4%? What the hell happened?
and that's funny. I do want to, since we're talking about, being down 4% here, let me go back to that Open Interest Explorer here quick. So the MU puts, so the 72650 puts, hey, look, they were 40% out of the money. Let's see what they did, even with Micron down. I mean, look at that. That's the power of theta decay on those. They were opened at 1 and they're down at 45. Like, that's even with a bit. I mean, it's down 3.5% and you're significantly down. That is, again, why you continuously hear me complain about people, 3 days out, oh, it's down. And speaking of that, I want to look at those SpaceX calls. Do we think, before I click on them, are they green or how red are they? What do you think they are? Because they were priced
they absolutely
at, I think,
shit the bed.
20. Oh, well, look at that. We're up 3% and they're trading down at 10 cents while they lost.
That is why we really
50.
harp on those really far out of the money contracts that look bought, but they're close dated, ridiculously far out of the money with really high implied volatility. Like I said, right, during pre-market, when we were looking at this contract to begin with, regardless of what happens with that stock price, these are going to get nuked at open. And here we are, nuked at open. They've traded as low as 8 from those fills of 20. So this trader, like we said, is most likely short, not long, these SPCX 300 calls. And I think they're probably happy. I would not... I would be surprised if we don't see these hold to expiration and expire worthless and let this homie pocket all that money. I can't see a reason to buy these back for 50%, or sorry, for 100% gain. No, 50%. We're short. 50% gain. I see no reason. Because is SPCX by Friday going to go 300C in the money? Probably not, right?
Probably
Like,
not.
that'd be
Unless they cure
insanity.
cancer and we're going to, unless they're curing cancer on Mars, then
Yeah,
maybe,
they're already
then
there.
maybe.
They're curing cancer as we speak.
But yeah, I mean, and like the thing that bothers me is to like, yeah, cool. If
We're
they
a little
would've
bit on
ran from,
MU
like,
now as well, Boris. We just looked at some MU as well. But we can double back
Yeah,
to that in a second.
yeah,
homie.
but yeah, I'll double back to it there. I was kind of planning on that anyways. But yeah, I mean, like, and that's the thing too. Like, if these would have been at like 23%, 24%, you would have had people, oh, they're up 20%. Like, yeah, but the odds of getting a contract like this and it, actually materializing, probably slim. So again, just always pay attention to how far out of the money they are and the expiration there, because these are garbage. And I saw a bunch of people talking about them. I'm like, oh, these people don't know anything, man. Anyways, no tangents today, I promise. But
I cannot promise the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's well, when people are teaching you wrong, I mean, that's especially for new people that have no idea what's going on, it's not good.
Yeah,
It's
that
not
plus
good.
hiding losses. We'll be pretty open with our losses here. We'll even make fun of ourselves. And just for posterity's sake, I did try to short it there with a little bit of a high stop out, and they got me. So on account A, we are down 100 right now, and I'm back to waiting because as you can see, we're still getting these crazy dome movements. I'm not going to try to get another fill here, but I would like a rejection, but it kind of looks like buyers took back
I think
control.
we're
They're
gonna
going to
go
push back to a
long.
new high.
I might snag along right now, actually.
You going to try to play the breakout?
Yes, I am. Just gonna try to play it up to possibly that 74.25. That would be my kind of target here.
Catch a couple
See if we can get a
shekels. We'll
move
see.
there.
Keep an eye out for rejection here, though. Just be careful. I'm looking for that M shape I love to see, but right now it looks like they might be giving new entries for those longs. So I'm keeping an eye on it. If we dip, a solid 40, 50 points on the NASDAQ, I'm going to join you on that. But then again, my stop's going to be pretty tight if I do.
Ooh, there's a good big pop there.
Hey, that's what I like to see.
There we go. Well, there we go. Quick $25 in 2 seconds. I could have
I'll
held it a
take
little
it.
bit longer, but we're coming up to that negative gamma, so I'm watching that area there for a
they can be nice little inflection points for acceleration, but when we have really tight positive gamma right next to them, I'm kind of eyeballing rejection and being safe. But the buyers definitely took control.
It seems like it's going to be up. I could have probably held it through there, but it's a chance of a rejection. I can always get back in if we get back in. But hey,
I think you'll get new opportunities in short order. The moves have been pretty wide, pretty quick. So I think we're sitting pretty to get a couple trades off. I anticipate this account will not end the day negative 100.
Probably not.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Can't argue with that. All right, let me finish up with MU here quick. Ask side put premium today. Call premiums are dropping really high negative net volume. Just kind of looking here. Yeah, I mean, it's flat overall. Again, that's why I always kind of pop out to that 14-day. I just like to see how the current session compares to the previous sessions. Anything for flow today, just a lot of
new intraday high
stuff
NASDAQ.
off the bat.
Nice little push here.
Oh, there we go. Well, that was the correct read. I'll take that. Bid side action in here today. Not seeing much for flow. Let's do a quick gamma read on it. A lot of negative gamma here on that 1,000 and 1,100. So kind of a big little range there. Big range on the weeklies here. How about that 18-day? 18-day does have, is that our highest? Yes, it is. 1,200 has your kind of highest, interest on it there. Your 1,200's a lot of push,
right? They hit new all-time highs on earnings.
Yeah. Yep.
Checks out. Dude, it's cool to see gamma applying to individual names. Obviously it does, but I'm pretty married to Periscope, using it to scalp futures like ES and NQ, and so it's really dope to just see the same shit function across the board. We got a 60-point rejection there on the NAS. I have a temptation to go long, but we're still getting these wide bid asks on the dome. I don't want to get chopped, so I'm gonna wait.
And the funny thing is how accurate was that? I said I was watching that 74.25, and look where it rejected. I mean, I don't know how better of an explanation that was before
that's
it
a thing
even
of beauty.
happened there. I mean, that was
Now
just,
it can still just as well
still come
accelerate
back
through
up.
that. Look how much positive gamma sits above it. Negative gamma zones tend to
Yeah.
act as acceleration. So I like watching these heavy negative gamma spots for rejection to give re-entry. But we'll see how this positive gamma below us develops. If we start seeing these green bars up here start moving down significantly. Now, again, these little white dots show the last interval period of 10 minutes in the past. And you can just see that 74.60 I talked about in pre-market is just still pushing. Those positions are moving up, not down currently. So I would be hesitant to try any shorts unless you're a big nut swing-in top ticker. Then you could keep an eye on that 74.30, 74.35, maybe for an entry short to try to top ticket. I would be cautious currently. We're up about 1% on the S&P, 1.5% on the NASDAQ, and just like that, that 60-point rejection on the NASDAQ has been bought right back up. Dome settling down a little, but not really. You can see it on my screen here. They are still chopping these bid-ask spreads. I'm not feeling safe entering either direction until this settles down, because like I said, if you click a market order when this is happening, you're going to be read instantly. Because you're not going to get filled at the order you see. You're not going to get filled at 798. You're not going to get filled at 797. You're going to get filled at like something fucking crazy. So be careful. Be careful when you see the order book chopping like crazy like that if you're scalping futures.
And if you don't get a trade,
can it maybe make you make a shitload of money in half a second because the fill was wonky? Sure, but it's more likely that you're going to get kicked in the nutsack. So it's better to just be pissed off that you're missing a move than it is to be pissed off that you lost $200 right after clicking a button. I'm pretty confident in saying that because I've done both.
Yeah, and you know that's the thing too. Like, if you don't trade today, that's okay. Like, you don't need to trade every single day if the setup's not there.
It's volatile or anything. Like, the price is moving pretty uniformly, and so like both times I said buyers are going to buy it up, they did. But again, I didn't want to get caught on the wrong side if we got hit with a quick reversal when I'm already 20 points in the red from the instant I clicked the button. Slippage is real, and when you have really wide bid-ask spreads, you are absolutely going to get that slippage. So it is fine to sit and wait. We'll just look at flow while we wait. For a little bit safer way to enter that shit.
All right, let me. I'm gonna finish up with MU here, and then I think Tucker dropped a couple more too. Actually,
Tucker came back lighter weight.
We got MU, we got Wendy's, and then CHTR, and then we are caught up. So yeah, MU. You know, there's not too much right now.
Please. Thank you.
God, every time, man.
Hey, at least it wasn't a crypto scam this time.
Hey, did we not?
Not worthy of a ban, but I will delete that message. No self-promotion, please. We do not promote courses. We do not promote paid rooms. We just win and lose on the show for all to see. That's it. That's all we do. All we do.
Am I crazy, or didn't we just have that big green 1100 bar here and now it's gone? I swear we were just talking about that.
I'm not sure.
Or was it on this guy?
It was other dates.
No. No.
It might be crazy.
No. I think it was this one because we had that negative gamma there. That's okay. All right. Well, I'm like 90% sure that was 1100 there because we were talking about it going to that after earnings. Or was it 12? Oh, 1200. That's what the price. The price is down. Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
It's there, but it's yep. Okay, there we go. Okay,
you're not crazy.
I was like, okay,
not crazy.
Just a little bit, just a little crazy. So yeah, MU right now. I mean, you got negative gamma there at the 982. You know, just kind of be cautious. I'd wait for some flow there. It's not the highest, you know, kind of dollar figure there for the gamma zones there. All right. Wendy's. So now you can do your spiel.
High on NASDAQ. Just like that. I told you they were going to buy that bounce up, but look at the dome. I'm gritting my teeth not getting in this. Look at these fills. Like, this is not touchable if you have, you know, a responsible risk profile for a small account. And let me tell you, it's hard. It's hard being patient. I'm the most impatient person you guys are going to see on a screen trading shit because you have to be patient to trade effectively, and I do not have patience. and I'm forcing it. I'm not putting something on when these bid-ask spreads are chopping like that. I have no idea what the hell I'm going to fill at. Even if you place a limit order, you might get filled at some wonky shit. So I'm waiting. Again,
Yeah, they're going upside right now too. They just that update. Just look at the update. Look at that update.
Yeah. They're moving.
I mean,
these up.
it's just so close to it where I don't want to chase it because you're gonna see a little
chasing.
resistance there. If we come back down to 74.15, I'll hop in.
Well, that said, the order book on ES is a lot cleaner right now. They already settled down. NASDAQ is still just being like a bunch of hypomanic dipshits like me and just spamming shit. So I'm waiting. We lost our first trade. I'm gonna be good and just hang out for a moment. Which piece of flow were you on before I started gas?
We were just going over to Wendy's, so I was gonna say you could do your little spiel on Wendy's now.
I was just
if you want to
talk
about
the push, man. It was pretty pretty violent of a push. The first thing was just that news of the repairing of two successful leaders, CFO and CEO, that had worked together previously. I think it was at Potbelly. And made it immensely successful. So that was the initial push. But then you had your good old fashioned, hey, let's send it group of apes on the Reddit pushing shit as well, spamming contracts. Now, I don't think retail's the driving factor here. I don't think we have another early stage GameStop. Personally, I don't think that's going to happen. That's some once in a lifetime shit. But yeah, what a push. That's all I got to say on that.
Hey, I got one thing to say about Wendy's. The Wendy's by me, dude, that parking lot is just potholes. Like, hey, how about we use some of these gains that we made in the stock?
Wendy's. Wendy's is probably my least favorite fast food joint.
Really?
The burgers got a weird tang to them, and their cheese tastes like rotten milk. I don't like Wendy's.
Well, maybe that's why they hired the Potbelly guy to come in and fix
our fucking cheese, bro. And their breakfast sandwiches are just all bread. Like, give me some. Burger King makes a banger croissant sandwich, and you can get two of those big some bitches for $6. The doubles. You can't do that at Wendy's. You're paying like $8 per sandwich at Wendy's, and then it's like all fucking bread. The croissant sandwiches are square. Like the croissant is square. It's not even a croissant. It's just bread disguised at it. It's like they spray painted a croissant pattern on top of a chunk of bun. I'll talk shit about Wendy's. I don't care. Come at me, chat.
I've never been. I've never been a big like fast food breakfast person. I don't eat breakfast anyway, so I'm just like,
That said, one of my favorite fast food breakfast thingies are those dog shit breakfast burritos at McDonald's. I'll eat those by the dozen, and they're shit. So like grain of salt. But Burger King, that's where you go for a croissant sandwich if you're going your traditional fast food route. That's where it's at, man.
Oh God, I don't think we should be talking about food this early, man. Oh no. Thinking about lunch already. But, all right, let's look at Wendy's here. We're getting a little pop here. Look at that net call premium absolutely running up right now.
Net call premium on indices
premium's
dropping
kind
right
of
now.
Flat.
I'm gonna look for a short on a big bounce.
Go ahead. You do that.
It might just go.
Yeah, I'm just looking here. I mean, we got some heavy volume, but that volume's a lot lighter than the open interest, so I'm not seeing anything kind of new right now. We can do a heat zone read, though. A lot of negative gamma on that 710 expiration. Up at 850 there. Ooh, so that could see a little violent move through that. I mean, this thing is just full of acceleration there. I mean, there's expect volatile movements, essentially. Just the easiest way to kind of think about that. Absolute gamma is 7, so it is below us. Yeah, I mean, I'd almost...
They're not going to let me in.
I'd almost, that call wall, we're coming into that call wall here, which is going to act as resistance. Actually, call wall's at 10 there, so we got a little bit to go there.
They are already at my target without me. They did not give me the bounce I wanted, so guess who's waiting? Yeah, dude, right to it on the NAS. My target was going to be right about 690, which was the tiny little rejection point they made before the comeback to new high a day. I wanted them to bounce back up to 800 evens, which was the bottom, holding as support on the 1 minute, and they did not bounce at all. Now they're just chugging dicks. I'm not chasing. Oh, I missed it. That's all right.
Oof,
we'll be back.
That almost looks like a news move there.
But we did reject heavy positive gamma right above this wide negative gamma zone. That's what I was looking for, like I said, for a top tick entry. I missed it. I was hoping to catch a bounce that they did not give me. So your boy is
I'm
sitting
catching
on
the
hands
bounce
already.
right now for you. I'm catching that bounce right now for you, actually. And here we
I
go.
think it's too early, but let's see.
Here
Oh,
we
you're
go. I'm just-
longing. Okay. I thought you were gonna short right away.
Yeah, I'm moving her up, moving her up.
I'm with it.
We'll take a little pop. Ooh, my stop didn't hit. What happened there?
You got slippied.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, come on, just give me a little pop here. I do not like that. That was unfortunate.
I
and
am
I'm gonna
short,
get stopped here.
and I'm taking it already in a moment. Here we go. Now we're in positive profit here from our first loss. If they bounce this right here, right now, I'm just going to flatten. We're going to take our $100 or so. Let's see. I would like continuation, but I don't want those 30-second buyers to show up. All right, here we go. Get me down there. See what this does. I'm out. I'm taking that. I still think we can flush. I'm going to wait for a re-entry there. That should have gotten us green on the day. It did! From negative 100 to positive 18. That's a win. I'm going to wait for my re-entry here.
That was
a nice
very
little rejection
unfortunate.
of the hold on the initial dip. Right around here. Right around those 640s. And we're already out. So now I have to wait. What I would like to see is a bounce up towards 680 or higher. I still want them to backtest these higher price points. But I'm not going to push. We went from negative to positive. That is a win. That's a win.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. That took me from being positive to negative because my sell didn't.
We're just taking
there.
turns. I'll lose the next one and you win the next one. And we'll just end up at a perfect zero by the end of the show.
I am going to try to long here, though. I'm going to try to hop in long here
Careful.
because we are at that positive gamma right here. So I like seeing that.
I see the vision. I see the vision.
I'm just trying to at least kind of erase that loss there. All right, we're getting close there. Come on, let's just get a little pop back up to that 200-day or 150-day, and I'll be...
It feels like we're dueling. We will get to that AMD after he is out of this trade, BK.
Yeah,
like we always say, you're going to see all of our wins. You're going to see all of our losses on these accounts. I'm still eyeballing another short, but it's too early for me still. I think they might reject right here, though, so be careful. Keeping an eye on it.
Quick little pop here. Yeah, we might.
Yep, NASDAQ set a new
I'm watching that VWAP. I'm watching that VWAP. We get below that VWAP, I'm going to cut her, and then we'll wait a little bit.
Move on to AMD.
Yeah.
Let's see what they do. Bounce it for
see.
him. I see the little bit of support there, but that long wick has me worried, especially with the NASDAQ sitting only 40 points above its intraday low.
I'm just going to flatten it if it gets there because I do not want to get wicked.
It's so insulting, right? When it just takes you out barely, and then it turns out your stop loss was the true entry. That always stings. Yep. I think we're going to bounce a bit on the NASDAQ here. I'm keeping an eye on it for my re-entry to the downside, though.
Just give her a little bounce.
We're not going to force it. All right, I'm trying it. We will go back negative if this stops me out. Like I said, it has a lot of back testing to do to the upside that I would like it to do. But right now, I'm trying to see if this is going to be our next stair step down. That's why my stop's right above it. So let's see what they do for me here, if anything at all. I want them to take out that prior low if they can.
Okay,
all right,
we
are basically there. I'm taking it. Let's fucking go.
Damn.
All right, where are we at?
Damn. See,
we're at $1.82, baby, from negative 100. I'm going to let this sit for a moment. I'm not going to get cocky here. But what I was looking at, for those wondering, it's not as clean as I would have liked. Like I said, there's still a lot of back testing to the upside that they can do. I'm just going to show why I shorted that. They're forming the same pattern they formed at the high that I unfortunately missed. Where the hell did my drawing tool just go? I opened the damn thing. There we go. There we go. See how they created this shelf of rejection right at the high of day there? That's what I wanted to short, but we missed it. And I was actually hoping this candle would have backtested the bottom of that shelf, and we didn't. So since we didn't, I chased. We caught this candle here, barely, but the one that we were looking at was this. This is another shelf that they formed for me, and you guys saw where my stop was. It was right above this candle. Because if they took back that shelf, that tells me they are going to back test higher. And they didn't. So I took the short with a stop right above the shelf. And we went home with some bacon. So right now, I'm waiting to see if they form that little U recovery point off the bottom here. I still want them to test higher. I want them to test right at that rejection maybe, or in a perfect world, the prior high before the breakout. That would be the sexiest entry for me. The stop would have to be painfully wide. So I would size small again because the stop would have to be that high of day. Because then they could be forming that other shelf on a higher time frame. Even though I stay on the 1 minute, you still have to keep other time frames in mind. But we're chilling. We're chilling. I'm waiting. This might be the shelf. If they can't get back above this, I'm going to get tempted to short and trail it to the 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm
candles.
looking short here at 7,400 with you, actually. Looking short at 7,400. They moved that positive gamma down to 73.40.
If I get in now, it's chasing. I got to wait.
I will chase because I'm ballsy. I will chase, and I'm going to put my stop down here. I'm mad that my stop didn't work on that one candle. That's frustrating.
Yeah, your stop's got to be that shelf, so that's going to be painful if they come get you, brother.
Yeah, no, I mean on the first one where I kind of
gotcha.
hopped in after.
I do think it's funny that you're pulling a me and shorting the hole.
Hey, I like seeing that.
We are coming right off of. I do like that too, but keep an eye on that 74.90 as well. Or sorry, 73.90, 73.90 on SPX, not ES.
Yep, I'm thinking we're gonna see a little resistance in this area, hopefully. But yeah, give me a nice acceleration move at least down to that. We'll see.
73.90 currently serving as a little bit of support on SPX. I'm still eyeballing to see what they do with this little bottom. Again, if you recall, I'm looking to see if they're going to U recovery or go take out that shelf to the upside. I'm expecting rejection, but I'm also not confident enough to enter quite yet.
Yeah, it's holding that VWAP. I need to see it break that VWAP there. Hold below that there. Come on, let's just go test the trading day low.
But my stop will be a little wider than I want. I don't want to give back 80 of our 180 after we started off negative 100. So if we end up ending the day a little above 200, that's okay with me. See what they do. I want them to flush it for you, even though I'm not in. Yeah, the stops on the NASDAQ right now, if I joined you right now, would be about 50, it'd be about 50 points, and I'm not sitting through that.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting through that.
Yeah, I just got my stop up here just so I don't get wicked, but I will not stop this far up. Do not worry.
Yeah, those I generally have stops as like panic buttons, right? I'll usually stop out before I get to my stop manually. But that's like the oh shit bar, you know, like if you're gonna roll your truck, you need that oh shit bar to hang on to. Yeah. All right, NASDAQ's trying for that new low. Are you targeting those 44 area?
Yeah, I'd like to see if we can get to
I bet you really like that
85. Yeah.
I like 85.
All right.
That would just be just below the lows. I like this. Wait. Not yet. Put it higher.
Oh, too late.
Oh, you
too late. It did it. I got to make up some of those losses.
Yeah,
I got to make up some of those losses. I'm making up some of those losses. We erase it. So
I think it's going to go
down
right
80 now.
NASDAQ new low. Probably. And NASDAQ's chugging. NASDAQ just bounced off of 510, but barely. Let's see where they send this. That was a good trade nonetheless.
I'll take it. I got to cut into some of that loss there. If I wouldn't have got that stupid candle,
you'll probably get re-entry.
Fucked me over. Oh yeah,
I'm willing to bet.
Today seems like it's gonna be a good little setup day.
It's gonna be a range player today. The whole range. We are now below that 73.90, and 73.70 is winking down there. We're also outside of the intraday cone of the spread, for those who give a shit about that. I'm not a huge fan of the cone. It's just a visualization, but people like to play it anyway, no matter what I say, and people are going to people. I can't chase this NASDAQ short unless they test like the 60s for me, which looks like they're trying to do here. I'm going to keep an eye on this a little bit. I don't want to get too cocky here. The stops are wide. I'm going to wait. But they're obeying this. They're still obeying that shelf we looked at earlier. That was the short we took before. We got out right at the bottom of it. And now I'm just waiting to see how high they want to test up. I would prefer they test that shelf itself, not just this tiny tickle of the bottom of it. Not high enough for me. I'm not going to chase it. We were patient earlier and it worked out. I'm going to be good and be patient. I only want to nab like another 120 on this. Get me to that 300 I like to get on these funded prop accounts. So I'm waiting here. We're 120 away after being negative 100. We're sitting at 182 on the day. That's fine. You know, like if they don't give me a high enough entry that I want, that's fine. If they turn this into another shelf, I'll just play the back test of that. If they're going to continue, Nasdaq likes to give you re-entry points. This was it. I'll be honest. This was the short right here. That test of 60s. I said I wanted a 60s to 80s test. They gave it. I didn't chase it. That's fine. We're just waiting. We're just waiting. All right. If you are content, let's go ahead and look at our man BK on Twitter.
Yep.
He wanted to look at those $530 AMD calls for July 2nd. He speculates they might be out. But that was a big order coming out of the open, huh?
Yeah, let's so yeah, you had 3,400 come in right at open, so it was an opening trade. It doesn't look like, you know, size-wise that they're probably out yet, but
think that
let's
one's
look
just
at
a
the
level, Tucker.
flow here. Let's just kind of take a peek here. So look at the big IV drop, and then your IV kind of pops there. It's not the kind of cleanest fills. They're all at the bid. Where's the big ask side here? I gotta find that ask side because that's not the correct spot there. It's the big ask side fills here. Okay. So actually, these fills are kind of, how's that? I mean,
Oh, dude.
most of that's at the ask there. We're dumping, aren't
I'm
we?
eating my words, not just chasing that rejection of 560. You're also eating your words for getting out when I told you not to.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. The one time that I don't listen to you, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I gotta
Shorts
make
are
up
all
some
I'm
of that
good at,
loss.
man. They're the only thing I can see clearly. I don't know if that just means I'm a piece of shit or what. Because I'm definitely not bearish U.S. markets like ever. But dude, they gave me that entry. It was clean. I didn't take it, and that's all right. We're waiting. That's fine.
The AMDs are kind of messy here. I mean, IV's all over the place. So this is that fill. I mean, it's all kind of, it's not the same timing either. I mean, there's just all different timings in here. I mean, besides that kind of chunk here at the bid, that's that same second, but everything else is just kind of different second timings in here. I mean, it's probably all related to each other, but this is not a very clean read. I wouldn't pick a direction, and kind of here's that big ask side here too. I mean, you get the small.
My stop's really, really tight here. Really tight. Just the top of this 1 minute candle that rejected. I want to see if they do exactly what they did on this wick. If they take me out, I'm waiting for those 570s again. Let's watch this for just a second here. Ooh, they're chopping. They're chopping. I need this rejection to hold, or I'm just going to be eating a small loss here on our $280 win earlier. Come on. Show me you like me, Naz. I don't even want that much. I just want like 20 points on this one. I'll even set a limit order. If they wick me out and then go fill that limit order, I'll be a little upset. But I'm not going to get too spicy here. We'll take a small loss if they bounce this. I want it to be the new shelf again. I would love to see 415 tested. If they stop me out, I'll wait for a little bit higher. Looks like they might make me. They rejected right at my stop, too. Let's see what they do. I think they're going to take me. They might get up as high as the 540s. I still would love those 570s to test, personally. That would be the cleanest entry short for me. But I'm going to move my target a little more. Let's see if they can take this 1 minute down for me. They made a new low and a new high on that 1 minute candle. So I'm not going to get too spicy. This is going to go either way. There we go. We're at our 300 for the day. We're done with this account, folks. That should be 300. 316. I love these shorts, baby. Shorts on a Monday.
Attaboy.
And it's hot as fuck out. You can even see on Anthony's screen down there. Heat warning in effect. We're fucking dying, dude. Why did my camera go? My camera stopped tracking when I clapped. Is that a thing? No, it's not a thing. It must have just seen my hand.
Oh, yeah.
These
If you raise your hand like this,
all right.
It
so just
stops.
Really quick, I'm going to walk through why I took that short. This one is a lot more simple than the last one. Where did my drawing tool go again? This thing pisses me off, y'all. All right, here we go. So this was that shelf we took earlier. We got a nice little trade to right there. I bitched and moaned that I didn't get in at the 560s, but I was looking for this bounce to form that same pattern of another stair step to the downside, and we got it. by golly, I would have been salty because right where they bounced to was right at my stop and I didn't get filled. So that was a little bit of luck. I didn't want them to take out this part of the shelf and they rejected it perfectly. So they almost stopped me out before they ran. And that would have been one of the examples that I've told you guys about that I try not to do on the show, but I will if it happens. I would have chased that. If they stopped me out right there and then rejected instantly, I would have gotten right back in with my stop in the same spot. They didn't. They formed that other stair step. We're probably going to do that little U shape we did earlier off the bottom. Let's see if they can form another one. But we're done with this account. We're at plus 316 from negative 100. Right there's the bottom of the last shelf they formed. That's the shelf we shorted. They just back tested the bottom of it. That would have been another short entry. But like I said, we're done with this account for the day. Nice. Scalp.
I just snagged a quick little scalp there too. We just put a little dent in
They're
that
forming another
there,
stair
too,
step
about
already, so this is starting to roll over
there.
a little. 415 was a good support that I've had for a while. They're struggling with it, and then I have 386, and then I don't have anything super firm until way down at 310. So buyers got to get some spice going, or we're going to be doing some back testing of deeper levels here.
Yeah,
but I'm going to switch over to the other account. We'll see if we can catch some others, but if we can't, who gives a shit? We went from negative 100 to positive 316 on this one. That's fucking stellar. We are vibing. There's 386.
Yeah,
we just
that positive
they're
gamma's
pushing.
moving down to 40 there too. Yeah,
they are pushing.
Oof.
Good trades this morning though. Let's finish Bro's flow request though. Now that I'm done with this account, switching over to the other. We're vibing. We're vibing. Audrey says he loves the shekels. I also love the shekels.
Yeah, I love the shekels when they actually fill when you move your stop up. But hey, you know
Dude,
what?
they almost got my ass. I would have been a little salty, but I would have chased anyway, and we still would have gotten it. The only reason I flattened that is because we were at 300. My full target was that 386, and now they are below it. They're going for that 310, like I said. Let's see if they can keep it above these.
If we come up and test that 70, I might hop back in short.
I would be inclined to agree. Right now, I'm looking to see if they get up to those 430s area, which is the bottom of that new shelf we just picked. This is just how I scalp short, guys. I never hold for the full move. I like seeing what I can get, targeting my levels, and then the NASDAQ will give you another chance. It likes to bounce up. Unless you get like a 500 port candle, which happens with news on the regular, NASDAQ gives you more chances. They gave us a chance here, which is the first one we took. They gave us a chance here, which is the second one we took. They can just give another chance here. Bounce up to the bottom of this shelf with a stop above that last shelf. That's how I short. It's the same pattern repeated until they stop giving it to me. So we're vibing. We're hanging out. Let's do some more flow here.
Yeah, that finishing up those AMDs. Yeah, I mean, those fills are just kind of all over the place. I would have kind of questioned this in real time a little bit. I mean, your big size and premium here is filling at the ask, but you know, it's just a bunch of sporadic fills here throughout the kind of different time periods. I'd be a little cautious with that one. I mean, they got a quick little pop there, but you know, I mean, if you're a quick scalper, that's easy to kind of get something out of, but I mean, they're down significantly now. I would almost probably lean that those might have been shorted there. Obviously, you know, there's still 3 days left in the week, anything can happen, but those, you know, just kind of some questionable fills on that one there. Oh boy, we are dumping.
Yeah, we are going for it. They're going for it.
You think we're gonna? I'm looking for a bounce at 40.
Close.
I'm looking for a bounce at 40. I'd like to see that market tide
40 keeps growing too, but I mean, put premiums are through the roof now, dude. We're at negative 93 million net call premium. We're at positive 90 million net put premium.
Yeah,
sellers took mad control off of that rejection up at 74.25. That was the short that I wish I caught. We didn't catch anything till they started back testing. There's 310. They wicked it. They're bouncing now. Let's see what they can do. If they give me another entry, we're going to take another trade on the other account. Yeah, I'm going to have to. They're showing me the pattern. I'm going to play it again if they give it, but it looks like they're going to form that U.
70 here. Might get it. I think we're going to get another entry here, maybe. I just hate when those entries come, you know, with I'm always looking at that time to see when that update's
I'm eyeballing these 380s to 415 range. They're already rejecting at 78. I'm not wanting to chase this yet. I gotta wait to see what they do. This is a much more dramatic buy-up than the last U bottom they formed. Like I said earlier, I like to see them do these little U shapes for the back test, and then I eyeball the bottoms of these last shelves that they held as support to get back in. Right now they're rejecting. I'm going for it on this account. We don't care about this account, y'all. This is the one that I almost blew up like 2 weeks ago, and I've just been taking small trades on it since. So I'm going to leave that stop really wide. Let's see what they get me. I would love a new low here off of that shelf rejection. Let's see what they do. Are they going to hold that 310 as support this time? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. This might roll over for us. I'm leaving my stop there. We don't care about this account. I'm leaving risk on. I want them to reject this 310 right now and continue. If they don't, I'll take my baby gains. All right, I'm going to take them. Now they're testing the bottom of the shelf we just formed. Maybe I'll get a re-entry here right above the midpoint of it. Nice little short on the account that was almost dead, though. We're hanging out, folks. Today's a good day. This is a good Monday.
Giving it CPR. Giving it CPR.
The AC's on, and I'm sweating anyway, but we're vibing today. Oh, they're tempting me, Anthony. I'm going for it. This will give back about half of our win if they take me out. I'm putting it right where I said, the midpoint of that shelf. Technically, it should be above that last red candle. I'm not sitting through that much drawdown. I'd rather stop out and get back in. Let's see here. I want a new low of day on this candle here. If they don't give it to me, I will take the shekels. We like shekels, folks. Shekels are good. Small wins are still wins. Small losses. I don't like that rounding. I'm flattening. I'll take it. Where are we at on this almost dead account? Plus 177. 520 bucks away from losing it. We're not going to lose this one. That's a nice little pop. That's a nice little pop. I'm going to wait. They are going to show this new shelf. I was correct there. I didn't like the shape they were forming on the bottom. It looked like another one of these. It's turning out not to be, and that's fine. We got our profit off it already, but it did look like it was going to try to do another one of these for another back test. And so I'll wait. We are fucking on fire today, Anthony.
There is some, big kind of spy put orders coming in here. So Ivy kind of drops a little bit, but it comes back up here. It's a repeated hits ascending fill, one of your favorites. Ivy and Crew, and we got more coming in here too. Oh, they're slapping that. Oh boy, look at that.
Slapping it.
But I think it's got some mid fills in there. I'd probably lean by. I mean, that's a big size order there.
Yeah, it's nice to see those come in on SPY, because usually SPY is one of the hardest things to read. And look at that, folks. They are forming that U. I'm glad I got out and didn't try to hold on for a new low of day. There it is. Now let's see how high they test. This could straight up reverse on us too. Don't get me wrong. So I'm not going to get cocky here and try to jump into a short right away. They might test those higher shelves. They could just straight up reverse off of this. We got pretty damn close to the extremes of the positive gamma range. This bounce makes sense. That's why I flattened that short so fast. And here they're about to take out this shelf if they get it back above 386. Let's see if buyers come back with that vengeance or not.
Yeah, I'm looking through the SPY flow here. It's kind of a clean read, probably something I wouldn't take, though. I'll show you why. So, I mean, first of all, you get that IV drop here as that price is up on SPY. That's something that catches my attention kind of right away. So that spot, or the IV is increasing, and you are seeing that spot price increase. So it's repeated hits ascending fill. So still ascending, still ascending. And then it kind of drops a little bit in here. So I mean, this is just the part that's kind of, a yellow flag to me. So we were up at 199 there. Now we're seeing that fill kind of start descending there as that price is going up too. So kind of just some yellow flags in this one here. I'd still lean buy to open on that, just kind of with the whole context of seeing that spot price increase, but I don't like that spot price kind of decreasing at the end, but then it starts to kind of increase again. There's just a lot of, it's doing this, it's doing that, doing this and doing that. So, I'd probably lean buy to open on those, but it's just a little more kind of risky, I'd say, on something like that. It looked clean at first, but yeah, I mean, they slapped that after there. I just didn't like that spot price falling after with the price going up. That's just kind of, odd movement there to me there. Hey,
I'm keeping an eye on that positive gamma already, but I have to do something.
I'm doing it.
All right, I'm going to hit him with this
you
quick
go
while
pee.
you sit in that.
You go pee.
And then I'll flip it right back to you, baby.
All right, well, we'll see if we can get a little move here. I typically would have waited for that update here in a minute, but we were in a pretty good spot there. It looks like a good resistance spot. Premiums are still up here. We'll take a quick scalp here if we can get that. I'm going to just kind of watch it, see how we materialize. I'll watch my 20-day moving average here. If we get to that, I'll probably take it off. But we'll see. We might give back what we made on that little drop there. But let's just see. Just looking for a little tickle here. We'll get that update here in a second. We might... Oh, nope. Let's see. Okay, we might be getting ready to flatten this baby. Let's see. It touched it. Let's see what we do. Come back down. Let's see, did we get an update there? 29, 20. So yeah, all that volume's still down there. So I like that setup there. I like that there. And I'm just going to move this up so I can look at my periscope without getting stopped there. So we are kind of getting through that a little bit there. That downside positioning still there. Just going to kind of keep an eye on this here. It might be a quick... out. Let's just see. I want to see how we react. Because that positioning down here is still growing, so it's still kind of favoring a little downside there. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's keep her going. See if we can keep on going there. Let's make this back. Struggling there. I don't like that wick on that candle there. But I do like the periscope rejection there, kind of at our level. So let's just see what kind of happens here. Just sit and wait. Oh, Tucker, you want to hop on and do some trading? Tucker,
No,
like,
you guys
nope.
are doing great. Actually, I don't want to mess up your flow.
All right, let's see. Come on, let's get a little negative move down here. Let's go test that trading day low again there. All right, now we're starting to get some movement here. I'm gonna adjust down slightly here. Okay, took me out. That's okay. That is okay. I will take that little trade there any day. So we are now down $42. So we've already erased over half of that initial loss there at down. I think it was like 108 at the high there. So we're erasing that. They're just chipping away slowly at it. That's all you can do. But yeah, I have that. You can see how we rejected there at that 73.70 again. Market makers are going to sell into that strength to stay delta neutral there. So
keep in mind it has tapered off a little, but I still like it.
Yep, and that 73.40 grew as well down there too. I got out of that with some profits.
One thing to be wary of is those stair steps down we played. There's an opportunity for them to start doing this to the upside now in the opposite direction. Here we had stair steps down on these rejections. If this holds a support down at 335 on the NASDAQ and they keep pushing and back testing, we're going to start seeing this shape happen to the upside rather than the downside. That's not something I'm particularly good at. I don't know why. I do not have the ball sack for longs that I do for shorts. I'll never be able to tell you why because I don't know why. But same pattern. If you have balls and I don't, that's fine. This is the same pattern that we just played the whole way down. A little more dramatic. Buyers are getting a little spicy here. We are up 100. We're pushing up on 200 points from the bottom there on this bounce. We're pretty damn close to it. I still would be keeping an eye on these former shelves for possible short entries, but now with how much buying pressure we've just gotten off of that low, I'd be looking for these stair-step patterns to the upside from here on the 1 minute. But still sit on my hands. Had a damn good day so far on both accounts. I'm not going to get cocky here, but part of what supports that for us as well is we finally, for the first time, have a drop in net put premiums. Not as exaggerated as I would expect from this much of a push, however. So still just keeping an eye. One more eye.
I've erased a big chunk of that loss. We're only down $40 on the day now from that 100, so 108,
Hell yeah.
110. So I mean, we're getting there. I'll show you because you're taking your piss. We got in here. I was watching that 20-day EMA there. We got a little scalpy poo there off that
Oh,
little
you caught the
rejection
rejection
there.
on it. Nice.
Yeah.
I love to see
Just
it.
that we didn't get that full move down. I was really hoping we'd go test that low of the day, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad I got out obviously because look what's going on.
I do want to point out that was like a 600-point move off the highs, by the way. We caught a good couple hundred of them across the 2 accounts, so you don't need to have to catch the whole move. You catch some nibbles, and you got some good payout for the day. So I'm not gonna push, but if they give me more opportunities, I'm taking them.
Yeah, well, I'll wait for that next update for sure now, just to see, because it wouldn't surprise me to see them put a little positioning on up there now and see the spread kind of change a little bit there. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean,
Where you at, chat? What do you want to see next? You got us for a hot minute more. Like, dude, I'm basically done trading, and it's only 9:30 Central.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm vibing.
Pop through my flow feed here, kind of see what's going on. Yeah, those are those AMDs that hit right away in the morning there. Yeah, that's not the cleanest feed there.
So fucking sweaty still. Like, this heat wave is bullshit, and it's gonna be like this all week. We're gonna have like real feel of 110 all week, and it's gonna be like 90% humidity. It's bullshit. I was bred and born for the cold. I'm not made for this hot shit. You should have heard me when I lived in Brazil. Every single day for a year, I just pissed and moaned about it. I never really wore shorts, like ever. Growing up, I didn't like shorts. Brazil changed that, and now it's like all I wear. I'm just fucking hot all the time. Can you show how to use Periscope? Tucker, you want to pull up the short form Periscope video, the 7-minute long one, and drop that in all chats, including the Twitch? I'm so cool. X asked if we can give a little Periscope breakdown. That video will do it better than I do it live, but the short form of that is essentially this. I look at these negative gamma zones as potential acceleration, with the positive gamma zones, the green, being support and resistance and targets. Price tends to gravitate toward heavy positive gamma. Price tends to accelerate in the direction we're moving through red zones, these negative gamma zones. Market makers tend to buy to hedge as we're moving up through them. They tend to sell to hedge as we're moving down through them. And we've already kind of done that whole damn range here. They didn't quite get to the 7340. They bounced off 7350, which was that heaviest negative gamma. I always keep an eye on those for acceleration or rejection in either direction. Right now we're pushing up on that 7390 positive gamma. It's not super strong. I'd still be looking for rejections in this negative gamma zone above us, but as you can see, the positive gamma is building up above us again. And when we're in the middle of a wide negative gamma range like this, I mean, this negative gamma range, if we kind of discredit a little bit the 7390 and 7370, we're looking at 7440 all the fucking way down to 7345 of negative gamma. Where we are right now is a diddle in the middle. Entry long or short here would make me uncomfortable because, like I said, market makers tend to hedge the direction we're moving. So if we're moving up through negative gamma, market makers tend to buy into that move. If we're moving down through it, they tend to sell into that move. When we're right in the middle of it, who the fuck knows which one they're going to do? You feel me? So we're at a point of no entry for me. If you want the cleanest short, I would eyeball 7415 way up there, which is the bottom of that first dump shelf we formed off the highs. But that said, this is a lot of buying pressure, so I would be wary to enter either direction here until we get some cleaner back tests. But keeping my eye on 7,400 evens for the psychological factor and the fact it's already served as resistance. So just something to keep in mind, not something I would chase or big dick into.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that update here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, being patient.
I'm waiting for an update.
I struggle with
I know that.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Twitch removed your goddamn... Hold on, how do I fix it? For Christ's sake, man.
What'd they do to you?
I'm gonna make it so you can send links in there real quick, Tucker.
Sick, thanks.
Oh, I have to switch accounts to... I should have focus. It doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. For now, I'll drop the link.
I'm sneaking in a short here quick, too.
Stop above that shelf?
Right at that. Yep. Well,
Yeah,
let's
you
see.
put
Oh,
your
no. Oh,
target
shit. Oh,
right
shit.
where I
Oh,
would
shit.
want to
Oh, shit.
enter
There we
too.
go.
Oh, did you
There we
place your
go.
stop too high?
No, I placed it below, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, that probably would not have been."
Well,
good.
it would have been
All right.
a limit fill anyway. You would have been fine down
Yeah.
there. A stop order would
All
have
right.
filled right
Let's
away.
see. Let's see. I'm watching the
Here's that
200
better
day
video
here.
for you. So cool. That's about 7 minutes long, I think. It is the nice little overview of the general premise, and that's more or less how we trade it. I trade it with price action. Be careful, Anthony. NASDAQ is a little stronger than ES right now, but the NASDAQ is getting giddy. I like that shape it's
All right.
forming, but if they take out that 1
So that
minute, I have
update.
a feeling they're going to push.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I'm
told you,
thinking
dude.
that's
I was watching that 7400.
I'm hoping this is gonna act as resistance right now. I'm
I still
hoping.
like it.
We'll see.
I don't hate it.
We'll see. We'll see. Got to be a little patient on her. And here we
I'm
go.
with you. If we can't take out this 1 minute candle, I'm going to get out, though. I want this to reject. I'm with you. But there's some support directly below us. And like I said, they can just as easily form that stair step up. I'm up about 20 points right now. They're struggling to take out that last 1 minute. There we go. We took out that last 1 minute on the NASDAQ and the ES. This looks a little cleaner now, but this is one of those shelves, so be careful on this. They could bounce this good and firm. And they're bouncing. I'm going to take that off.
I will be
If I'm wrong,
ballsy and
that's
hold
okay.
mine.
If I'm wrong, that's okay. We already did
I
good.
hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong. For the sake of not being too biased there.
It still doesn't
I
look
see a
bad.
little-
It's still looking good.
Yeah, it's trying to look for that little rollover here.
This is the
Just sit and
exciting
wait, sit and
content
wait.
people come for. The NASDAQ took out
If
the
we-
shelf.
if-
Be careful.
Yeah, if we get above that 200, I'm getting out here. I'm just gonna get right up. All right,
Yep,
I'm
there
out.
we go.
I'm all right. All right, that's gonna put a little dent in the gains that we made back there, but that's okay.
You see
That's
why I
okay.
stopped that out short though?
Yeah.
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 I'll
Yeah,
show
now
them
we're-
on the NASDAQ why I didn't like where we bounced here. You remember I said the stair steps? There's the first one way the fuck down here. That's a crazy stop loss if you're long, by the way. But the pattern is upside now. Here, this dip, I held it to about here, and I got out on the bounce about 20 points higher. So I basically took break-even scratch on that. The reason I took it is where it bounced is the top of this itty-bitty candle here to the upside that they back-tested once and pushed through. Now they're just forming that stair step again, right here. They bounced off of that as support. That would have been my target if we flushed it and wicked a little lower. All good. We took a scratch on that. It was a risky short. And they just formed another stair step up. So that's why I took them off. Is what it is. You're not going to win every single one. We'd be lying to you if we said you would.
I took it as a momentum there, too. Getting itchy for the trades on a Monday.
Yeah,
man,
don't
as
get
you
too
can
itchy.
tell.
Don't get too itchy. When you get itchy, that's when
Don't
you should
get
slow
too
down.
itchy. Yep. Nope, this will be my last trade.
You start frothing at the mouth
for
and shit.
a while. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking we hold 7,400 here. They're slamming the calls here, so I kind of like this here. Now we'll get the move down that I wanted. That's okay. I'm just looking for a little. Let's go test that pre-market high. Let's go test that pre-market high. Yeah, either way, if this is a win or a lose, it'll be my last trade for probably a half hour or so.
Yeah,
or until
it
we
never
get a
hurts to
really
take a
clean
break.
setup there.
Never hurts, but I like this. If that were the NASDAQ, where your stop is where I'd probably enter. But maybe the ES will form a cleaner stair step a little higher. But the NASDAQ formed its and already pushed to a new local high.
Give me it. It's just not gonna give me it today, is it?
It's gonna be very brutal if they stop you out and go.
I am just gonna.
Hey man, sometimes you're just not feeling the vibe. You feel me?
When I got messed up on that first kind of candle with the stop, I should have been like, take a little break, see what happens. But the setup was there, which is a thing that kind of sucks.
It happens. It happens.
It just didn't stop me. Come on, let's just get a nice big pop up here. Let's just go get a new high. Let's just see. I mean, I'd love to see us come up and test that 74.15 there, right through that negative gamma. That would
Rounding
be
that top
wonderful.
a little bit. I kind of want to see how far they back test.
So let's just go test that.
Might
Give me a
sit it and
13.
rip it.
Give me a 13-point pop. That's all I'm looking for. Only 13 points. That's not that. That's not asking for too much.
I'm not asking for much. I said, Lord, take me downtown. I'm just looking for some touch.
If your singing makes this pop, you're gonna have
That'd be funny
to
as hell.
just absolutely sing every time I'm in a trade.
NASDAQ is struggling to hold this shelf right now.
Yeah, I might. Thinking
deal.
about maybe moving it up. Yeah. Not looking too good so far. That's okay.
NASDAQ is down on the stair step they formed that stopped me out of the last short. They are on top of it. I don't know if I have the balls to try to fade this, though.
Yeah, I'm watching here. 7,400 is my level. 7,400 is the level here. Come on, market makers, turn on those outlet machines.
It right off the top of that shelf for you. NASDAQ is a little below it. It's a little bit ahead. But same pattern we're looking out on a ZS. On the NASDAQ, you wouldn't want these below 540s. On MES, you wouldn't want them below those 451s or so. NASDAQ's bouncing it.
Come on, let's keep her bouncing. Let's keep her bouncing. We're in the positive gamma zone.
I chased it. I'm going to play that as another stair step. It is going to take away every penny we made on account B if this is wrong. But we're along for the ride with you now, Anthony. Let's get this push. Let's get this push.
Let's keep her pushing. Now I'm just going to keep an eye here. I'm not going to go red on the trade.
NASDAQ struggling at the bottom of that high shelf we've formed, but
I got out.
I'm chilling.
I got out. I did not like that wick. That is a nasty
that's a good out. That's a good out.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
We are on one today, baby.
That probably hurt me still. We're only down 174 now. We gave it a little back, but
we're vibing.
It's okay.
We're vibing.
Two or three trades, you can get it back. 2 or 3 trades, you can get it back.
It would be really fun for those who like shorts if we roll over off of this rejection. We're right at where the second leg of that dump started. That's right where we rejected, which would be, I think it was about 50% back trace of the dump. We'll see if they turn that into something or not. This could still just V recovery, man. How's our Periscope looking now?
Yeah, you're still at 7,400 here. This is kind of, it's gonna see if you can get over it there, but I mean, they kind of took a little off there at 73.40. They moved a little up there at 74.40. So I mean, there is a lot of kind of negative gamma above us here. I would watch that 74.15 as maybe another little rejection spot there, but yeah, the 7,400 is going to be your big level right now. I almost want to get another long, but I said nope, no more trades for at least until 10. At least until 10.
Miss the move than get all giddy and dig your hole deeper.
1,000%.
We can vibe.
And if I end the day red, that's okay.
What are y'all seeing in the flow? What do you want to see in the flow? Give us some shit to look at while we wait for a clean setup. Take a little bit of breather on the ES account. I'm still going to be looking for entries on the NASDAQ on account B, but we're hanging out. We're going to keep this nice and chill. Start just doing some flow reading, baby. Let's do
Yeah, there's really not that much flow coming in for me. Funny thing is, I'll show you on my other screen here, but
yeah,
those fin calls are green finally.
Oh yeah, dude, you sat through some shit with Fig.
I'm still in some there, but I mean, they went down from 124 down to, it's at 52, and now they're back up to 132, 134. I mean, funny how it works sometimes. Funny how the stuff works sometimes. But yeah, I just got that one on my other screen because I'm monitoring it.
We are monitoring the situation. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Yeah, funny how things work out sometimes. Funny how things work out sometimes. Yeah, getting
if they stick it and rip it here, that's gonna be so fucking funny. All right, we got a blanket request from Mark Gillings on YouTube's feed for IBM.
Yeah, we can go
tackle some
take a peek at
IBM. I don't want you
IBM.
looking at the chart anyway, because it'll get you all giddy to chase. Don't even look at your chart.
Yep. No.
I'll fuck around with this other NASDAQ account if we get something. We don't got to get too spicy.
All right, let's take a peek at IBM here. So, big spike in net call premiums today. Put premiums are low. Pretty heavy net volume. Looks like it's been kind of flipping around here. Just want to kind of look at the previous couple sessions. Yeah, I mean, you had some net call premium volume back there. So, I mean, price has already kind of moved up with that. How's our flow look? How about the 72295 calls? We do have more volume than open interest. These could be somewhat interesting. Let's see. Oh, yes, they are. 807. This is an opening trade today. This is actually the reason for that spike in that net call premium. They're already starting to kind of run as I'm talking here. At 930, 935, look what happened at 930, 935. Net call premium spiking. Let's go in here and look at the flow. So 930, again, kind of one of those ones where that timing isn't all the same here. I mean, it's within about a 30-second time frame, but I'm just kind of looking at the overall tape. I'm going to assume here, keyword assume, that this is the same person. Obviously, it's not the same timing, but they're about a second apart, and it's all coming in that same kind of increment there. Just keep an eye on that IV. That IV rises pretty much that entire time this flow's coming in here. Get a little couple drops there, but here's your kind of bigger size and premium here kind of towards the end there. Seeing that IV kind of rise, and they are filling at the ask here. You get kind of a little ascending fill here. It's not above the ask fill. Treat it at the ask, but yeah, I mean, that's a big spike in IV and that spot filling at the ask here. I would probably lean these are wide open. Obviously, they're already kind of running a little bit there. I mean, beware of that spread, 67 to 74. They're already up kind of decently. They're on a 3-day expiration trade there. This is probably a momentum chaser, I would say. And just kind of looking through the tape, that's all that's really kind of hitting the tape there. Everything else is about mixed and it has plenty of open interest. How's our heat zone look on it? That 7.2, a lot of positive gamma up there at 285. This is what I like to see here if I'm using just the heat zone here. You're sitting on 275 here, which is positive gamma. Again, will act as some support there. 280, you got to stop there. Might see a little resistance there, but that 285 is your biggest gamma strike there for the weeklies, and absolute gamma at 300. So I mean, it's above us. But that 717, that 717. This is what I like kind of seeing when we talk about the gamma here. That 717, it's a pretty clear cut one here.
Go ahead and show all that again one more time. Sorry, I had your camera on top of it. You're good.
Oh no, you're good. So this so the 18, the 717 there's not a ton of gamma on this thing here. It's all at that 300, and that positive gamma is going to tend to act as a magnet here. So, I mean, knowing that absolute gamma is at 300, this is by far, the biggest kind of premium strike there on this one here on that 300. And then combining that with that weekly here, you are on that kind of, support here of that positive gamma of dealers buying dips and then selling the rips. So I almost have this as that 275 support, maybe a little resistance at 280, and then that 285 is your heavy positive gamma. But yeah, this is a bullish read here, I would say, on IBM here. On the weekly, I personally like time on my contract, so I like that 717 expiration a lot there, with absolute gamma up there as well too.
Man, that bounce off the bottom is spicy as all hell though, huh?
Is it?
From back in May on IBM.
From back in May. Oh, okay. I was like, a Periscope up. You see where I went right away. You see where I'm going. Yeah, that's a big pop there. I think I don't know when they had earnings. Let's see. What was that earnings move? Well, it actually dropped after earnings. Oh God, look at that big implied move for earnings already. Oh
Yeah, they had a pop and drop with their earnings. Because
yeah.
they didn't do the whole MU where they're like, let's take out all-time high real quick.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I kind of mark that as a bullish read there. I'd say the only kind of decent flow I'm seeing those at 7-2-295 call there, and they're already up another 6. Yeah, they're 15%, 20% already there since we talked about them there. That's usually what happens to me too when I'm analyzing flow. Like the flow's already like made its move by the time I'm done analyzing it. I'm like, that sucks. But I mean, if you're doing it alone, you don't have to really explain it. You just, the screen time helps a lot there, and you'll eventually kind of just see it, and it sticks out almost right away to you.
All
Screen
right.
time's your best friend.
Up next, we've got INSM blanket requests from a homie, Sonny Diego, on the Twitter X. There's a guy at Tops that just calls them Twix. Maybe we could start doing that. Just Twix.
Oh, don't make me think about candy. I could go for a Twix, man. Oh. Yeah, looking at this here, I mean, premiums, it gets some option activity here. Seems to see ask side calls more than anything. Big bid side call there on Friday. I just want to go back to Friday and see what that was. Looks like it's this one here. Is this? Yeah, it looks like probably some contracts changing hands there, because you only had a 23 contract increase in the open interest, and we had 827 contracts traded there on Friday. I just want to see how that looks. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, it's a no side fill, the big majority of that, so obviously it's kind of garbage there, but that's just kind of seeing that movement there. I probably think they're long there. Let's kind of see. Oh, it's a big multi-leg too. Big multi-leg cross trade. Yeah, we're not going to even look at that thing there. I was going to speculate and say, oh, it's probably, it was a bullish bet there from the cross trade, but it's big multi-leg too, so no, not even going to touch that one there.
I did catch a baby short on the NASDAQ. We're up about 170 on account B. But didn't want to look at it. It was instantaneous, and the NASDAQ kind of looking a little spicy, but I don't want to force anything. We had a good morning, so let's keep on keeping on with the INSM. If I take any others, I'll just cover them after the fact. I won't interrupt the flow reads. We can keep it going. we did a lot of scalping in that first hour, and over trading can happen whether you're winning or losing. We're not gonna push.
So I'm kind of eyeing. I mean, there's not a lot of heavy volume coming in on these here. I mean, this is your highest volume contract on the day at 30 sized contract there. Yeah, I mean, this is something I probably wouldn't follow. I mean, you don't know if it's a whale. You don't know if it's just retail. It's not anything really notable there, I'd say.
The 30's just but a sprinkle.
Yeah, just a little tab there. Heat zone though, so that absolute gamma is at 130. I mean, that's about 26% from here, so it's a pretty big gap between there. If we get closer to it, I kind of pay attention to it a little more. I mean, 26%. It's not gonna just 104 to 130 in a day there.
Right.
It does act. It does act as the strongest.
It's probably not gonna.
Yeah, anything can happen, but it's the absolute gamma is gonna act as the strongest magnet, and pin doesn't mean it's gonna go there in 2 sessions. There, like it's just nice to kind of know where it is. Now, if that absolute gamma was at like 106, I'm gonna pay a little more attention to it since we're right there. But at 130, it's pretty far away. That put wall's at 100, so that's a little better there. I'd kind of look for maybe support there. Put wall's going to act as your support. Looking at the heat zones here, that 717, it does like that 110 kind of strike there. A lot of positive gamma on that strike. 821 is your 110 as well. 144 days out, 110. So again, kind of keep in mind too that knowing that there's a lot of longer kind of dated flow on these here. just kind of keep that in mind. Maybe it's a slow grind up there, but yeah, I'd say more of a long-term time frame. I'd say kind of a bullish read there, especially, that 115 where there's no gamma in here. I mean, it's just all on that 115, that 1120 again on the 110, 821 on the 110. So I mean, you could, if I'm eyeing that 110 kind of more so on that shorter term, even the 18-day. Yeah, that 18-day to that kind of 144-day is at 110, and you might see a little resistance when we get up there. And then that 115 is seeing that 115. Oh, geez, that guy, I was like, am I being dyslexic there? 115 is the 115.
Yes is the answer.
There we go. So yeah, I mean, I'd say, maybe more of a midterm bullish read on these here. Get some flow to kind of go with it. I don't know when we have
Even flow.
Oh, not again. No, that got stuck in my head for like a week.
Like butterfly.
So earnings in August 6th, before that first expiration.
Oh, even though and it chases them away, yeah. It's not even 10 a.m. yet, baby. Let's go.
You gotta get a lead singer from a good rock band on, man.
The fuck's that?
Find one that
supposed to
trades.
mean? Hey, man.
I don't know.
Who are you talking to
well,
right now?
You guys could sing together. You guys could sing together.
We had
you guys
Joe.
could sing together. Yeah,
Joe sings.
But he's not from like a well-known band.
Here, I'll see. Arthur knows that mentalist that we're gonna have on for the psychology episode. I'll see if he or Matt can hook me up with any punk vocalists. That'd be dope as fuck. Because for those who don't know, the Unusual Whale CEO Matt also has a punk background, and he knows a shitload more musicians than I do. Had like a news company and everything for it, essentially like an online magazine type thing. They had a really funny satire news site as well. Maybe I wonder if Matt can hook me up. Maybe get Tim McElrath or something on. That'd be fucking dope. Anyway.
Yeah, so I would say that's kind of a, longer term, very, very high end midterm to longer term kind of bullish read on that one there. And I see you had a couple others in here as well. Let's click around here. Let's see. Tucker sent me one
from our homie Lil Pink Ninja.
Yeah, let's take a peek. RXT, the 53-day 11 call, 79% out of the money. I'm gonna probably assume these are short.
Look at that spicy ass implied volatility too.
Yeah, and got an earnings overlap too. It's.
Oh, baby.
Probably going to lean short on these here. Yeah, look at that big IV drop when it comes in. Spot is filling at the bid. I would probably lean these are short here. Again, just be cautious with the earnings overlap. Yeah,
Yeah, we are finally getting that reversal to the upside, by the way. So you know what I'm going to do, folks? I'm going to lock this account so I don't fuck with it. How about that? All right, account is locked. We are done for the day on my two scalping accounts. We're plus 316 account A, plus 168.20 account B. We're not going to fuck around and find out. We did set that nice little stair step, but on the NASDAQ, it's not so little, eh? Look at that pullback. Oh, it's tiny because I have that shit open. There we go. Look at that pullback. That was about a 657 all the way down to 498. So about 160 points, 170 points there on the pullback. And they formed another stair step to the upside, just like that last one, just in a much wider range. I expect some chop to the way up, but I am getting the feeling we're going to be chopping up and to the right within a really wide range in the NASDAQ. Like I said, from high to low today, a high of 29,838 intraday and a low of 29,274, my friends. That is a spicy, nearly 600-point range from the highs of the morning, and now we're over halfway back from that low. We have bounced a solid 400 points from the low, about less than 200 from the high. I think we're going to get some nice ranging up and to the right. Maybe they'll take out another high. We've got positioning in Periscope. Fucking clear up there. Go ahead and pull your Periscope up. You already got it.
I've
Right.
got her up. I've got her
I have a little bit of a sneak peek that we can't release yet. Our next update here in a few minutes, Anthony is going to show some upside positioning for us. I think we're going to chop up and to the right unless I see something change dramatically. But this is a huge comeback off the bottom. We already kicked some ass scalping MNQ. Anthony is still sitting on his hands. Don't force it, you some bitch. Your account's still in profit. You don't got to fuck with it. We can always come back later in the day for scalping. You can always come back tomorrow. Taking a losing day is part of trading too.
Yep, this is just the second red day so far since I've
and your account's still in profit. I saw it. We're vibing.
Yep.
We're vibing. All right, let's look at homie's contract here.
All right. Which one are we looking at? The RXTs. We already kind of looked at those.
All right, we have blanket request.
We got a Tesla blanket,
yes, sir.
Though.
Tesla and I do not get along.
Oh boy.
Maybe we'll have something clean and clear on it. It's not
Tesla,
common, but we'll see.
I had a bullish read going into the week on Tesla, just kind of a heat zone one here. I want to see the notes on my end here. Let me just
4.5% day right now. I remember you talking about the 400s last week, I think, in the net gamma positioning.
Yes. Wait, was it? Oh, yes, it was Tesla. I'm looking here on my end. So yeah, I'll show you the read I kind of had on it. I want to go back to
into the weekend. Looks like
Friday. So I want to go back to Friday. So kind of the read I had on this one was you had some big spikes in that net call premium back there on 622. You didn't really see, that price go with it too much there. Big spike there on 625, and then you had a spike here on that Friday. And then I've got so I want to see how the heat zone looks before I actually pull it over here. So the heat zone read on this one here. So that 5-day, and it was let's see, it was the 7-1, 7-1, and then that 7-2 expiration here. So this is kind of how I had that price. So so we're up $17 on the day. We opened at day low about 381. So 381 was where we opened. So let's go back here. Let me just pop this up here. So 381. That's about, right where kind of this positive gamma is right here. Look where all that heavy positive gamma was above us here, all above us here. And now kind of the bigger one. So I like that 7-2 expiration a little bit more. Again, there's your 3, it opened obviously a little bit below that there at the 380, but positive gamma above us there, positive gamma above us there. And look where that price is trending to. And I'm just going to pop this here. You can't see anything, but this is how I saw it when I posted it there. So that real time, you got that 379 there, so you're sitting right at that positive gamma. You might see a little resistance there, but that positive gamma is still up there too. And then you look at that 7-2 prices below that positive gamma. That positive gamma is going to act as a magnet there and kind of bring you up to that there. So that was a screenshot before the update this morning. And just kind of also, sorry, one more thing on this. Let's see if it shows it on here and I don't have to pull that image back. Look where that put wall was, 385. That's going to act as your support there. So we were at 381 I said, 382. So I mean, you're kind of below that there, and you have the positive gamma above you, and there we go. And then since we're kind of talking, let me finish Tesla. Remind me to do Intel next. Because Intel was another one that I had there. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of volume on these, so probably not going to find anything specifically clean, but we'll give her a try. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, just kind of a lot of short dated stuff already near the highs of the day there. Tough to chase something like this. That read was clean from the kind of heat zones more so. So like I'll show you Intel there. Yeah, so Tesla, I'm not really seeing anything new there. It's already kind of making a move there. I don't think I doubt I have anything hitting my filter on it. Let's see. Tesla, yeah, just big multi-leg one here, and it's a messy multi-leg that we don't care about. So let me just pop over to Intel here. Let me pop to Intel here. So Intel, I had a bearish read going on into the week here. So this one, like if you look at the heat zones and all that fun stuff here too. So this one, we're going to start with the premiums here. Look at the bid side call premiums the last, handful of sessions here. That's a lot of bid side call action coming off, a lot of heavy negative net volume here. That's kind of what was sticking out to me here. Now, your heat zones here, this was a pretty kind of decent looking setup here. So if I'm looking at that 7-2 expiration here, and yeah, that 7-2 is your closest one here. That price was trading at, what did we close that on Friday? 128 there on Friday. We opened at, 127. So there wasn't a really, big change in that price there. Look where all that positive gamma was on that weekly there at that 120 strike. There was nothing really to hold us there. And again, we opened at that 127. Look at that drop down. We've recovered a little bit there, but that was a pretty hefty drop, and we touched 119. So again, keep that 119 in your mind there. Where's that heavy positive gamma? 120. And where did we bounce? 120. That is your read. This is probably one of the cleanest reads we've got on the actual gamma decay here. And kind of for a little more context too, there was some flow on this too. Look at all that short dated kind of flow coming in on that there too. So yeah, this is all from Friday's flow there. Obviously this is updated now, but yeah, I mean, you can see how that price gravitated towards that positive gamma below us, and dealers bought into that dip, and we are, dipping essentially right at that low there. I mean, you're sitting 119 there. I want to see that exact cent that it kind of popped at 118.50. So got pretty close there, and you got your bounce there. So, but you did get that really heavy negative move at open there. You chase something at open like that. That's a 6.87% drop there just at open to that positive gamma. So yeah, that was one I had my eye on over the weekend as well there too. Another heat zone one I had an eye on was SMCI. Looks like that's kind of down today, but this one, that 7-2 has a lot of positive gamma up there at that 31.5. So, it's interesting to kind of see. We were up at 31.08 at open there. So, you're kind of close to it. It's not always going to hit that positive gamma, obviously, but
y'all know how I feel about close enough.
Yep.
Close enough is close enough. You don't need the whole steak. Just take half of it. Get a nice little nibble.
Yep. But yeah, no, that Intel was a pretty clean example there of what you want to see within that kind of heat zone and how that moves. What are these CPRTs hitting?
CPRT. Why do I recognize that? Did we talk about CPRT last week? I recognize the ticker.
Copart connects buyers and sellers. This is I want to go to the flow. I don't care about that. Pretty long dated though. 172 days. It's definitely an opener. Big spike in that net put premium. That's
with arms wide open.
This is
the moonlight.
These are interesting. Look at your IV rising throughout that flow, your spot price increasing. And again, it's doing it as that stock price is dropping too. I'd say these are
out of the money. It's only 7% out of the money. We're not looking at those. It's 90% out the money. I'm leaning BTO.
Yeah, it's the only thing I don't like.
So much.
The only thing I don't like is the time on that. I'm not patient on that there. And when we have earnings 66 days. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot that can happen. I mean, if I'm taking something like this, I'm getting out before earnings, just kind of looking for that drop possibly. But I mean, those look wide open. I mean, that's probably some of the cleanest flow that we've seen on that there.
I think it's probably the cleanest flow we've seen today so far.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Nice little pop in net put premium here. Let's see if they back test. I wouldn't get too gung-ho on more downside, though, folks, unless we lose 73.90 on SPX with some force. That buying was pretty aggressive off the bottom. We also ended up with a shitload of positive net call volume, both in premiums and volume. Like, like, look over here on the right side of my screen here. It just fucking spiked like crazy on that comeback. So I don't know. I mean, we're in a nice wide range we could chop in here, but I mean, these back tests get bought up. So I'd keep an eye on that 73.90 to 85-ish range for support again. But we can just chop sideways up and to the right here. I wouldn't be surprised.
I got a piece of flow I gotta show you.
Yeah,
I got
do
a piece
it,
of show
do it,
flow
do
I
it.
gotta show you.
We'll keep going another like 20 minutes or so, folks. So keep those requests coming. We'll keep popping them through. We're already done trading for the day, so we're in a vibe of flow for the rest of the show.
Look at the
bites until I fucking throw up. I'm so itchy, dude.
Look at those ALLTs from 618. I showed you these. I showed you these. Look at that 25, and they're up at 73 now. But this is a
good for a nice here. 3x on that. Oh, that's the one that triple stacked. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at
they
that.
Triple stacked at roughly the same fills too. That's nuts. Look at that. 20, 30, 32.
Add.
Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy.
Add some maybe possible profit taking there, because look, you had 4,000 there on the 23rd. You have a ask and a bid side candle there. And you only had a half that kind of carryover, a little more than half there.
But and these are the ones you actually took, right?
Yep, I took some of these, but I am not getting out at 75. I got out around that kind of 33, but still up from 25 to 33. That's 35%. That's amazing. Yeah.
Base hits add up like crazy.
4% in the money now. That's just hilarious. Do they have news on something? Because that's. Do they have news? Oh, just a 40 million share buyback.
40 million doesn't seem like a lot. Let's see if they're doing any AI bullshit. Because they are in communications, and we're seeing that. We're seeing it with Nokia. We're seeing it with BlackBerry. Let's see if ALLT is trying to do the same shit. They're cybersec, machine learning. Yeah, I mean, they got a little. Yeah, hey, fuck it.
Interesting. Yeah. On a name that doesn't get...
Win's a win. I mean, I'm not going to question it.
I mean, look at this thing. I mean, there's your flow from 618. This thing gets no option volume.
No.
It's funny how that happens.
That massive dump of bid side puts over there.
Yeah. Yeah. What was that from Friday? Let's I want to see how that Friday. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh, it actually carried over.
Full carry over, yep.
I bet they're short puts.
Yeah, they're probably happy right now.
Yeah, let's see. Carry over, yup. Yeah, that's a position build there on those puts.
Oh, I bet they're happy as all hell.
95, trading 9. Yeah.
I'm sure they're happy. Ad, but I think it's an ad. We'll see. We already have the carryover, so we already know it's an ad from Friday.
Yeah, it seems nice short moves. Seems short based off that. Yeah, that's absolutely a pumper. I had somebody ask me about it, so I had to look. I was like, ALT, what's going on? And then, yep, there's the pop there. Coming in on my feed, more Amazon calls, momentums. Yeah, I mean, I just treat this stuff, 2 days, you're up 4.5%. This is a momentum trade. And I kind of tend not to, always chase those short-dated moves there. Well, there's more of those CPRTs coming in there, too. Look at that. They're really slapping that. Let's see, I'm save this one for us. This is a good one to kind of come back to. Says the watch. All right. Yeah, that's a interesting one there. Yeah, they're adding more to that position there.
Did we already
More
do
than
Netflix and
likely.
Nokia?
No, we can though.
Yeah, we got a Netflix and a
We can
Nokia request as well.
Is the Netflix a 7/17/71 put?
It was a straight up blanket request, but we can make it the 7/17/71 put.
Okay.
Why are there so many ones and sevens in that sumbitch? My God. Oh,
Yeah,
Netflix had a little 2% day today too.
Yeah, up a little bit there. Smaller kind of size there. Oh, big yawn, man. It's a Monday. Yeah, let's see how this guy looks. Yeah, you get a nice little spike in that IV when that flow comes in. Spots filling at the ask. Just follow this up. A couple little IV drop there on a little, not a 2 contract size there, on a 49 contract size there. It is filling at the ask, though that order book looks like it just changed a little bit there.
We like to slap at the ass.
I would I'd probably still lean buy to open on those. Put premiums are kind of starting to tick up. Net volume's a little negative. Call premiums absolutely dropped a little bit there. And it's a little smaller just size. I'm going to look at that second candle here just to kind of see. Yeah, I mean, your IV's increasing here. Don't know if this is part of that trade at all, but yeah, these look buy to open to me. I'd probably lean buy to open on these here. I'm going to snag a little screenshotty potty of these here.
See if somebody's trying to top tick a nice little move. It is chopping sideways a bit, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I like seeing the put premiums. I like seeing the call premiums drop. So, I mean, that's kind of a decent...
Double check the overview, too. Let's make sure...
Yep.
Let's make sure that net call premium isn't just profit taking, because we are up 2%
I bet you
and some
it is.
change. Yeah, yep, that top one, the 75.
Yep, there you go.
Look at that teeny tiny cross around there. So people were getting in and out simultaneously there on Friday. Look at that. Almost 21,000 volume and only 3,000 carried over. We've got some intraday shenanigans going on Friday for this contract. Scroll on down through that historical table and let's see this 11,000 volume. Yeah, builder. It looks like some build up there. So that's 3,400, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8, 9, 10, almost 11,000. And then you just get
20,000.
I mean, we might see that open interest drop. It's just hard to see where the initial position actually lies, because look at that 20,000 volume.
Yeah, it's
shit getting punted all over the place.
Very messy.
So hey, maybe it's not a true exit. Maybe somebody shorted the shit out of it. We'll only know. This is another one. We do have really equal size in the volume today relative to the remaining open interest, but it's hard to tell where that 11,000 came from. So I'm not confident we'll see all that open interest drop. I'll need to see tomorrow happen before I know if that is a new or closing position. But predominantly bid side. I wonder if there's another one. That doesn't seem like a shitload of premium to me to cause such a knife in the net call premiums for the whole stock.
Yeah, that's curious. I want to look at that heat zone on it, just see how that kind of lines up there. 3 days. Yeah, we're sitting in that heavy positive gamma right now, so could see a little resistance here. About anything out 11 days ago, there's a lot of positive gamma up there at 80. 18 days, we got negative gamma right here at 75. Yeah, I mean, it's smaller positive gamma, absolute gamma at 70, so it is below us slightly. Yeah, I mean, it's a very kind of big range on something like that. I mean, a lot of negative gamma here, though, so I kind of like that put flow on that one there a little bit.
Worth keeping an eye on.
And I will save that for us there too. Let me let me go find that Netflix again. It is a Monday. Shit, where was it? It was just on my feet.
Right there.
right here.
Yep.
Jeez, man. Is
You're
that how
killing it,
today's
man.
gonna
You're
go?
killing it. We're popping off. We're on fire.
Alright, let
I'm
me.
fucking melting still. Again, AC is on, blowing directly right the fuck at me, and I'm so toasted. It's like the humidity just makes everything so sticky.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not excited
sticky.
to go outside and.
We gotta mow this week, man. I
Why
don't
didn't
want
you
to
mow
do
over the
it.
weekend. Why didn't you mow over the weekend?
It was hot yesterday too. And you think
We
I'm gonna
should've
do?
did it on
You think I'm
Saturday.
gonna do literally fucking anything productive on my birthday?
Yes.
I did nothing. Well, I guess I did dishes the day before, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, what'd you do for your birthday? What'd you do for your
Literally
birthday?
fucking nothing, dude. We went and ate some Indian food at a joint I like, and then sat on our asses and played video games and watched TV all day. I'm not gonna be productive. Hell no. Hell no.
It's illegal to be productive on your birthday.
I'm not even someone who really
Tucker,
celebrates
you
my
didn't
birthday,
even
but I
know-
sure as shit did nothing.
Actually, I did
Tucker,
remember
you
that he
did-
was talking about his birthday because he was like, "I'm not gonna do anything."
Yeah, but you didn't even wish him a happy birthday.
No,
so
I did.
you
Again, I didn't
cannot-
want the power to go to
Birthdays
his
are
head.
lame. But they are days for doing nothing, and that's exactly what I did all fucking day on Saturday. And it was like
I
the
did that on
last day. The last day to be productive outdoors was Saturday, and I did not do it. It was the last day before you just fucking 100 degrees all week.
I was unproductive on Saturday too, but I didn't have an excuse. It wasn't my birthday.
I just didn't do anything.
Yeah, I just didn't do anything, man. Just slept all day, man. I was up late. Man, tide's just kind of flat now too.
Yeah,
It's kinda
like I
slowing
said, I think we're gonna
down.
chop this range a little bit before they make a decision one way or the other. I would really like later on in the day to see a nice back test down to get long on. But right now they're hanging out, man. We don't have a lot of positive gamma positioning below us anymore. Some of the stuff above us has moved up a little bit. Just kind of hanging out in this area. We're still in the middle of that wide range, and I wouldn't be really all that comfortable without the cleanest pop or drop to get in either side right now.
What is going on
So
with
that
these
is what it is, man.
avos? These avos 8% out of the money weeklies. Yeah, I just don't like seeing that 8% out of the money weekly. I mean, it's not. Yeah, look at that IV kind of dropping, then it rises. Yeah, just not the best looking flow. I'm just looking through my screeners here. Intel puts those where they caught the bottom on those. Look at that.
Yeah,
Or,
damn.
yeah, they technically caught the bottom. I bet these are sold. I mean, that's
I hope
just
for them that they're sold.
impeccable timing. Yeah, I mean, big IV drop. The fill's
Yeah.
almost in the middle. Yeah, I'd probably lean they sold it just right.
I'd lean, but that said, if I saw those in real time, I probably wouldn't have played them.
Yeah, I would.
not
Yeah, I
the
wouldn't have touched them
cleanest.
either.
Not the
Wouldn't have
cleanest.
touched them. Yeah, when it's clean, don't even waste your time. Don't make it fit your narrative just so you get into a
You
trade.
shouldn't have to like form a narrative, really. It should be pretty like, hey, here's what I think is happening. Here's what they're probably doing. Because you're not going to know for sure ever. And the more question, that's why you see us ignore cross trades and some of the messier spreads. It's because if I have to speculate extra on what the hell's going on, if I have to really think about it, it's not clean and I don't want. But yeah,
you're already
pretty damn close to a mid-fill. Given their out of the moneyness was only 3%, it could be seen as going either way. This is a tough one. I'm with you. I think these are short. But look at the way that IV chops around with every short or with every position.
This would have been a lot of dissecting if we would have looked at this in real time. Like, hey, well, you got an IV decrease here, but then it increases here, and then your spot prices kind of filling in the middle. I mean, it's just a little too many things that you're talking about on the singular flow just to make it fit your narrative instead of just find another piece of flow that works out. And if it doesn't
don't be
work
a Twitter
out,
furu and make shit up just to get into a trade.
Yeah, I mean, like I bet you anything, and I'm not gonna do it here. I bet you if I searched on Twitter Intel 116 I bet you there's probably 5 or 6 accounts that have posted this here and just posted it just to do it. Just kind of looking around here. What else? Anything else? 4% out of the money, 18 days. Hey, these could be interesting. These just kind of hit the tape about half hour ago. Down 5%, 5.6% on the day. You got some time. These don't overlap earnings. It's really kind of the only option trade on this one. Doesn't seem like we're getting a lot of context. Oh, there's actually. Look at these. See, look at that big IV spike when it comes in. It's a low historic volume floor trade too. These are filling at the ask. It's a pretty wide bid ask spread though. I mean, that's a 60 cent there, 55. Geez, why is that 10? Yeah, 65 cent bid ask spread there. That's I tend to avoid big spreads like that.
Yeah,
That's
it is
very
pretty
massive.
clean at the ask. Don't get me wrong, but spreads make me nervous. And that, I mean, the IV is just staying pretty flat as those orders come in. Look at that spike. So I'm still leaning bought to open. I do like seeing low historic volume floor because it's showing interest in a name that doesn't really get much flow. I'm gonna lean buy open on them.
I'd probably lean buy to open with you.
I wouldn't want to enter with that spread. I don't want to pay a premium like that with the spread that wide, but it tries to tighten up a bit. It looks like somebody's fishing for better fills on that regard, but I don't like wide spreads. I would keep an eye on this to drop in value before I shadow it, but I like it. This looks like bought puts. That said, we're down 6% on the stock already.
Yeah, and that's the thing that kind of worries me too, is on the wider spreads like that. If I'm selling these, I can get filled at the ask pretty easily. Especially on something down. I don't know how the gamma zone, because I mean this thing 30 days. I mean look at the option premium on this thing. I mean there's not a ton of trades. What is this? Who is it? Solenasi or whatever it is. We're engineers, scientists, operators, and product developers. We're innovators, advisors. Okay, you're not telling me what the company does. It's a basic materials company. Okay, cool. Thanks.
We are innovators.
81. Yeah, I mean, absolute gamma's at 50 on it, so it's slightly above us. Yeah, I'd probably lean buy to open on those. It's more of a risky kind of thing. If I were to trail that, again, kind of like you said, see if that bid ask tightens up a little bit there. Maybe see if you can get a better entry, because I wouldn't want to pay for that there. It's just kind of, that put premiums all kind of coming in here near the low right now there. So that just kind of, we'll see if we keep going down, but this is the only trade on the day with any sort of big context there. Everything else is just small there, and even the open interest contracts, it's just popping here. Yeah, big no side, big cross trade. That's 29% of the money. Probably don't care about that. Another big cross trade, deep in the money. About these calls. Oh, big, odd looking bid side calls. Let's see. Came in there, nothing there. So that's a position builder. Again, look at that, another example. Wow, I thought all bid side flows a sell. Well, apparently not. 93% of the money. Yeah, I mean,
nope. We're getting a nice pop in that put premium again, but again, we're still in that same range in the market. So I'm done trading for the day, I think.
Yeah, I'll probably end the day red on that account. That's okay. I'd probably lean buy to open on those. Just, that spread kind of worries me a little bit. And the earnings, these don't overlap earnings, duh. Yeah, it's just kind of an interesting one, obviously, let's see what's at 155. They're trading at 155 still. I thought they popped a little bit there. It's like, geez, somebody tailed it. Oh, just looking through the filter. Yeah, my filter's just kind of dry there. Hey, I want to look at those SpaceX calls. What's SpaceX doing? Hey, we're up 1% on the day. I wonder how those big open interest ones did. Let's just go look at the 72300s. Oh wow, look at that. They're trading down kind of that 6 cents, 9 cents. Wow,
it's almost just that shit crazy volume though. Like that person made out like a goddamn bandit.
I mean, it's almost like if you just use the tools on the site. If you don't understand fundamentals, you could have just kind of figured that they're going to probably be worthless. It's this flow. I mean, I don't want to say the flow is worthless, because I mean you can see that they're probably selling the calls there. But I'd say the flow is about as worthless as directionality as some of the accounts that were posting the flow.
Yeah, so that's not necessarily a bet that it's going to pop hard or drop hard. That's a bet where it just
That's a
doesn't
premium
fucking
grab.
matter. That's a premium grab. The chances of SPCX
Yeah, I mean-
doubling in 2 days, not very good. The theta's 14, so it's losing its entire contract value day over day. So theta being all else equal, if the price doesn't change, what theta is that's your time decay. That's how much value the contract is going to lose just by the day progressing into the next trade session. The contract's only worth $10 right now. And technically it's not. Technically it's worth 6 or 7 because the ask is 10 and the bid is 5. It's losing its entire value into tomorrow, no matter what that price does, unless magic happens and it puts them in the money. I don't know if we're going to see a 100% pop in SPCX in 2 days.
I don't think so.
Especially after the downtrend it's been forming after the IPO push. Those are short, and I will die on that hill.
I will too.
That person is going to giggle all the way to the bank. If anything, they took a third of their position off right there for fuck it reasons. I expect this contract to expire worthless and this person to pocket that premium.
Yeah. Or some other idiots trying to chase them and be like, oh, it's a discounted entry.
It'd be painful. Those are going to go zero overnight.
Imagine being this whale. Just imagine if you had a Twitter account and you're this whale and you're just seeing all these people. Oh, look at the bullish bet going in on SpaceX, and it's just like, dude, you guys are dumb. No. It just makes me laugh.
But speaking of beginners, go ahead with your be careful.
Oh no, I was gonna say just be careful on who you follow flow from.
Yeah, fair enough. Speaking of beginners, I think we're coming into the dead session of the morning, and that's okay. We have been going for a solid 2.5 hours. Maybe a day in the near future, we will have longer sessions, but we're going to have to build into that. But if you are new, if you need some general guidance and breakdowns on how the platform works, where everything is, how to navigate, how to use the different tools, ask questions instead of just watch us take trades, win, lose, be loud. Office hours are live. Unusualwhales.com/office hours. The #1 stream for you guys to catch if you're new and looking to learn the site and options basics in general happens on Wednesday at 11:30 Eastern. That has a little crossover with our show, but that's fine. Different platform. These will be on a Zoom call that you can join, watch in, ask questions with Snorlax UW going over basics. Cannot emphasize enough the importance of that one. That it's literally called office hours for a reason. That is perfect for beginners looking to learn the basics, looking to see where to start. Right there, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. If you're watching our show this Wednesday, leave and go watch this one for sure. This is where you're going to learn the basics of basics with options in the site. Just a general live onboarding session. Every now and again, Snorlax UW will also push an impromptu morning stream to Twitter, which is nice to catch as well. That's basically our pre-market prep, but a little bit more in-depth with less messing around. And obviously, all of our past episodes are going to be housed on YouTube, but we're live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. Eastern until anywhere between 11:30 and 12:30 Eastern. Depends on the day, what we're doing, how lively chat is. We just kind of stick around if there's something there. But every Monday, Wednesday, Friday here on Twix, Twitter/X, YouTube, Twitch, and Substack. And, we party it up. This Wednesday...
Not this Friday, though. Not this Friday.
Yeah, this Friday, as you can see down here at the bottom, no stream Friday. There's literally no market Friday except for futures, which have a half day due to Independence Day on Saturday. There's no markets on Friday, so there's no us on Friday. Oh, well, I'm sure you guys will revel and relish the chance for a quieter morning. But that is that, folks. I think we're going to get out of your hair for the day. Tuesday. I was going to say Tuesday, dude. I can't. It's over. My brain is done for the day already, and I still got shit to do.
On short week mode.
Yeah, man. For real. On Wednesday, I'm going to see if I can get another futures trader, whether or not they use Unusual Whales. I just want to see some other trade angles, how people do price action, because I know mine isn't like unique per se, but the way I do it is a little different, and it's just repeated the same shit over and over and over and over. I want to get some different viewpoints. On July 8th, we're going to have mentalist Wayne on, and he's going to go over some psychology and human habits and how it can apply to trading with us, and maybe he'll do some illusions and a routine for us as well with some cool tricks and shit. I don't know if you've ever seen mentalists. They do really cool shit, really cool mind games. That'll be a fun episode. Otherwise, Wednesday, I'm going to try to get another trader on. If I fail, oh well, I'll keep doing my normal bullshit. Not this Friday, but definitely next Friday, maybe even a different day. We'll have a Joe named Joe on again. I know you guys like having him on. He does way more charting than we do on a longer end, and that's nice to have as well. But other than that, folks, we're going to sign off. This has been WhaleWatch. Thanks for kicking it with us for 2.5 hours of me sweating my ass off. And we'll see you homies on Wednesday, baby.
See ya.
Take care, guys.
All right, bye.